Liberty Center, Tigers hit the field. Orange and black, the power to wield. Claws out, fangs sharp, hearts full of pride. On this gridiron, we ain't trying to hide. Quarterback's got an arm like a cannon. Linebacker strike, you don't know what happened. Running back cuts, defenders in the rear. Fans in the stands roar loud and clear. Hit Liberty, run that score high. Orange and black make them wonder why. Hit Liberty, show them what we got. Tigers on the prowl, we can't be stopped. Coach got the plays, got the strategy. Defense like a wall, pure energy. Special teams turning the tide fast. Every single play makes the moment last. Cheerleaders hype, crowd in a frenzy. Marching band plays, beats dropping heavy. Sidelines electric, can't fake that zeal. Tigers on the hunt, it's all so real. Hit Liberty, run that score high. Orange and black make them wonder why. Hit Liberty, show them what we got. Tigers on the prowl, we can't be stopped.
And welcome to week 13 of On the 50 with Coach Casey Moeller. Good morning.
Morning.
Hectic week, I know.
It's been busy.
You get how many media requests have you gotten?
Well, counting this, at least 3.
At least.
Well, 5 if I'm talking to newspapers as well. So
yeah. Well, we appreciate you spending time with us. Go back to last week's game. The Oak Harbor Rockets came to town. On paper, it looked to be a very good matchup. Strength against strength, and Liberty Center pulls off a 56-6 victory. Talk a little bit about that victory and kind of some of the things that you saw that made that score what it was.
Well, I thought we got out of the gate fast, and that was something coming off of a bye week. You're not sure, are you going to stay sharp? And I think we answered that call pretty well. We got out to the fast start. Our guys played really well. And that's all you can really ask for. We played hard. We executed, got some momentum, and just kept going with it.
Yeah, in other conversations you and I've had, I said it was probably the best first quarter. It's one of the best first quarters I have seen our offensive line execute. And that clearly came to light if you go back and watch, which you can't yet. But when it's time to go back and watch, just watch the execution of the offensive line. Now, we had a number 2 in there, or a 1.5. Henry Fitzenreiter came in to play guard for the injured Deegan Swaggart, and I thought he did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, he's a young kid that in the beginning of the season we thought, all right, we think he can be somebody who helps us this year. And we kind of always say by mid-season we want to be able to count on him, and he was ahead of schedule. And early in the season he was able to help us, and he's just gotten better and better every week. And you know, we get into the postseason, and we need him to start and play a bigger role. And, you know, it didn't face him, didn't miss a beat. That's a credit to Coach Brad Howe and Matt Bryan, who coached that position, and they've just brought him along very, very nicely. And it's a credit to Henry. He's a very, very hard worker and very intelligent, and I think that helps.
Well, and I think we have the luxury of being able to go right down that offensive line and say, there's a guy right there that's he could start for pretty much any other team. The number, what we'll call the 2, respectfully, could be a 1 on any team in the area. So I think that's one of the things, as you said, our coaching staff, I believe, is second to none. And I know you guys hear that a lot, and y'all go, well, okay, we just love Liberty Center football. We love the community. We love the game. But I think your coaches are very, very conscious of, hey, when you got to be ready to go, you have to be ready to go. I heard you say something, I've always sit on the other end of the board here. When you get your reps, make them the very best reps, and I think our guys take that to heart.
Oh, yeah. You know, and I think a lot of people get caught up in who the starters are. Like, I get media requests, well, who's starting? And most of the time I say, I really don't know. I leave that up to the position coaches, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter who's starting. We've got guys who are going to play. Yeah. You know, especially the defensive line and
one of these 13.
Yeah, you know, they're going to rotate in, and they're all going to get reps, and kind of the same with guard. You know, we might have 2 guys that start the game, but we've got 1 or 2 other guys that are going to rotate in there and get reps. So it's not, you know, I don't think of them as starters. I think of them as players. We got here's the guys who are going to play.
Yeah, and the numbers are certainly on our side for that. But let's get back to Oak Harbor. Oak Harbor, a predominantly run team, 80 yards rushing. I think we did some very good things on defense to that. then they had to go ahead and turn to the passing game, which traditionally, I don't. When we looked on film, you didn't see Oak Harbor throw the ball a lot. How were we able to make Oak Harbor do that?
Well, they're about a 75% run, 25% pass team coming into the game, and they had a couple really good backs. One of them didn't play, but the other one was really good. And we just did a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage, and we got into our run fits for the most part. I'd say we got in our run fits where we wanted to about 80% of the time. There was a couple times where the back got it going one way and kind of bent it back to the weak side, and they got us on a couple runs there because we weren't exactly where we needed to be. But we minimized those, and like I said, we got them into unfavorable down and distance situations. And then that helped us out in the pass game.
Yeah, and you talk about adjustments, and I think one of the things that Matt Bryant is very good at doing is making these in-game adjustments. Ryan Miller sits up in the booth. I've kind of been up there. What adjustments did the defense have to make when a team like Oak Harbor, which you're probably practicing 75% run, 25% pass, what adjustments need to be made when they flip that script out of necessity or plan or whatever?
It's not really probably adjustments as much as what calls are we going to go with. And I don't know if I would consider those adjustments, but, a team that you feel like is really run heavy, you're going to run some of your different fronts that you think are better against the run. And then against a really pass-heavy team, maybe you're going to play more of a three-man front and drop more into coverage and things like that. But Coach Bryan does a really good job of working with Todd Spangler, Nick Miller, the D-line coaches, making sure here's what we like against the run, here's what maybe we want to do in the pass game, and matching that with the right coverages. And I thought, Matt he's done a great job of that for 4 years now. But just knowing what to call, when to call it is sometimes you've got them scouted so well, you know what you want to do. Sometimes you just get lucky.
Well, and I think we've got some defensive players that can see reads at this point of the year, are really reading that very quickly and doing what they need to do.
Well, and it goes back to, it's not really the X's and O's that matter. It's the Jimmies and Joes. When you've got really good players, it doesn't matter what you call. You're going to be successful most of the time, whether that's offense or defense. If your guys are better than the other team, it doesn't matter what you call.
Right. And Oak Harbor, we reviewed the game here on Tiger Sports Live and previewed and reviewed and podcasted. No one really thought we'd put up 56. I think we always can, but Oak Harbor was a little bit different beast to put up 56 points. It's also the fourth year, 3 in a row, that we've knocked them out of the playoffs. Talk a little bit about the offensive backs. I think, obviously, you can always talk about Gary Cruz, but I went back and watched after we talked last. Thomas's ability to hit that inside gap and then make adjustments. You can always talk about Gary Cruz because he's just a powerhouse. But you talk about Thomas, I think he's almost like a ninja, like a quiet assassin. You got Gary Cruz, you got Jackson Lonzak, you've got Barrett, and then all of a sudden you have Thomas just going right through people and in the gap. Talk a little bit about the offensive backs at this.
Well, I think we've got more than three capable backs of producing for us, and they're each a little bit unique in what they do. Garrison he's kind of the total package. He's got size, strength, speed, things like that. And when you get him out in space and on the edge, one-on-one with DBs, we like that matchup.
Yeah, that's not a good business decision.
And as you said, I think one of Thomas's biggest strengths is his ability to read and kind of cut in traffic. And so we run dive plays to him. We're beginning to run more inside trap to him because he has a knack for knowing where the linemen are going to be and where to cut. Sometimes he doesn't always cut the right way, but most of the time this year he's done a really good job of making that cut, making a guy miss, or just getting into position where our blockers can block for him. And so he's done that. And then Baxter has done a really good job of kind of being our counter guy. We get action going one way and we kind of bring him back against the grain, so to speak. And, he can hit it up the middle, he can hit it off tackle, and he's a big play guy. When the ball's in his hands, he can make things happen. So it's kind of a three-headed monster, and then we feel like if we can establish that, then we can play action, and we can get Jackson Lonzak involved, Ethan Gray, Isaiah Badenhop, and some of our other guys.
Yeah, in that game, we had 5 running backs score a touchdown. Obviously, the 3 you mentioned, we also had Ty Jackson score a touchdown and Drew Silvas. Is he a freshman?
He's a sophomore.
A sophomore. But I tell you what, one of the cool things, and you talk about the camaraderie and the leadership or whatever, nobody was happier than that starting offensive line on the sideline, jumping up and down, running down to congratulate him. It was a great thing to see.
Well, I think that type of stuff kind of plays into our success. Guys want to see other guys succeed. It's not about I want to do this for me. I want, the touchdown or I want the ball. When you see other guys succeed, you get excited for them, and that's a big part of what we do.
Yeah, and I think that keeps – we talk about retention and being able to keep kids. We've got 19 seniors graduating this year, but we have 22 eighth graders. So let's say we retain 75 or 80%. We're increasing the numbers at that point.
Right.
So, and I think that's got the culture that you've created and your coaching staff has created has been part of that, absolutely. So I want to talk about one other thing before we move on to Liberty-Benton, and I think you and I talked about. So I don't go in the locker room a lot. I just feel like that's kind of your territory, and I will once in a while. But I love there was a video that they were playing, and then I think it was Coach Nick Miller was talking to the kids about all the hype and the things that are going on, and you can get caught up in that. And I think our kids have been very humble and stayed hungry. Talk about a styrofoam cup of coffee, and it's like, no, that's for the position you're in. You earn the styrofoam cup. You haven't earned anything. You still, no matter what you think, you're the crystal chandelier, the crystal cup, you're still that styrofoam cup, and we haven't earned anything. And I think one of the things that came out of that bye week, which everybody was like, what's going to happen with that, is we wanted to earn it again. And I think, is that something that you feel that your team has really got a grasp on, or does the coaching staff, and I'm sure they're teenage kids, you're going to have to soft touch them every once in a while. But
well, I think as the years have gone on, you kind of have to change your approach a little bit. When you haven't had success, it's easy to play the underdog card, that nobody believes in you, this and that. When you've had success, our philosophy has been, acknowledge that here's what's going to happen. Everybody in the league is going to pick you to win. Everybody in the internet is going to pick you to do this and that and the other thing. You can't let that negatively affect you. A lot of that attention is because of what other guys did the years before.
Right.
And so when you talk about the Styrofoam Cup, the story is about a guy who was in a high position and went to this conference or whatever, and they got him a car and, the nice cup of coffee or whatever, and then the next time he went, he got a Styrofoam Cup. And it's like, he deserves the Styrofoam Cup before it was the position he was in that, they rolled out the red carpet for him. But the reality is we all deserve the Styrofoam Cup or whatever the heck they give us.
Right.
And anything beyond that, you better be really fortunate for, because somebody else paved the way for that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where this group is the success we've had the last 3 or 4 years is because of those other classes and those other teams. We're a different team. If you want that stuff, you better go out and earn it.
Yeah, and I bring that up during this On the 50. I know we're talking about the teams and execution, whatever, but I think that's kind of an unsung hero part of this program and why Liberty Center has been successful through the years.
Yeah. You got to constantly remind them that people are going to heap praise on you, some of it deserved, some of it not deserved. We can't let that affect us in a negative way, and they've done a good job of that so far.
Well, and that leads us to the Liberty Bowl, as I'm calling it. The Liberty Center Tigers will host the Liberty-Benton Eagles. Liberty-Benton is being touted as the best 5 seed in the state. Probably so. They played a schedule that had some D7 teams and whatever, and uncontrollable by them, it's a point system. And when you play D7 teams or whatever, now they're switching leagues to improve that. But they're 12-0, a 12-win team, as you like to say. They came off a 38-0 win over Norwayne. But they give up, very few, 14 points a game, I think I saw.
I think it's probably less than that. If you look at statistically, they're almost mirror us.
Mirrored us, yeah.
Points per game, points given up, things like that.
Liberty Center averages 49.6 a game. Liberty-Benton averages 47.1. Got a lot of good athletes. And before we get into the players, you talked about a lot of the can't let the hype, can't let the internet, can't let social media. We get affected by that. Everybody put comments. They love us. They don't love us. We're the best. We're not. And I have to tell my people, we have 14, 15 people now involved in Tiger Sports Life. You can't listen to that.
Right.
You get one or two guys that are trolls, or you get somebody out there. So it's really good. And if anything's going to be touted on the internet, they're calling this the state championship, all the rhetoric. And we talked about the Ironton thing, and we had a meeting at Tiger Sports Live. I said, look, I don't want to hear that. And I took your philosophy. Look, we got to prepare to do the next game the best we can. I don't care who it is.
Right.
And, we don't want to hear that rhetoric. So, it's good that you focus on that, because if it's going to happen, this could be the game that it happens.
Yeah, people say, well, they play a lot of D6, D7 schools. To me, that really doesn't matter.
Right.
When you see them play, they are very, very good. Whether they're playing D7, D3, D2 schools, those kids are good.
Yep.
Great athletes. They've got basically everything you'd look for in a Division V team. They have great size up front. They have great athletes, and it's not a one-man team. They have several guys they can go to with the ball to make plays. They have several linemen who are really, really good. It's not just one good lineman and a couple others. They've got 5 guys from tackle to tackle that are great size, great strength, great speed. They're going to be, up to this point, they're going to be the best team we play, without a doubt. And even at the end of last season, wrap up, this was the team. I said, Region 18 is going to go through Liberty-Benton. They've got everybody back, and a lot of these guys are 4-year starters.
Right, and that class, I did some research. You and I've talked off air about that. That class of seniors have been successful all the way from 7th grade, 8th grade. They have just, and as you said, some of them started as freshmen. So very experienced, very athletic team in Liberty-Benton.
Yeah, and with a coach who has won a lot of games and been very successful. He's coached in a state title game, and actually coached at Defiance when they won a state title.
I think he coached at Findlay too. Yep. The receivers coach, Scott Garlock. A lot of experience there.
Yeah, so they know exactly what they're doing. They know how to coach. They've got great players. We're going to have to play really well.
Yeah. It's Connor Barbera. We were all trying to decide. We were almost we're going to call somebody down there to get the correct name, but he moved from receiver to quarterback this year. He's done a great job, man. They run he can run. He's got good size. He does the option. I watched some of the film against Delta. Man, he just takes that ball in or out at the last second. Yep. Scooted around the end. Boy, once he turns that corner, he's fast.
Yeah, he's got tremendous speed, very good ball handler. He's going to ride the running back as long as he can and then pull it out. And if you're one-on-one with him, you got to be real careful. He does a great job of creating space. He'll do some things if we're this close. He'll actually run a little bit backwards to get some space because he knows he can outrun you and that you have longer to run and advantage him.
Yeah, and he did that multiple times. And I watched the Norwayne game. They even spied him, and he made the spy look like he was standing still. Mm-hmm. So, very versatile kid. They've got some big receivers. They got a 6'4" kid that pretty much you throw a jump ball up, he's going to go get it.
Yep. The one Elkert is going to Toledo as a receiver. Huge matchup problem because he's 6'3". He can jump out of the stadium and just great ball skills. I would kind of compare him to a Mark Krause type of player that some people remember him.
That's a big compliment.
Yeah, he's not as big as what Mark was, but it's just when the ball's in the air, he can go up and get it, and there's not a lot you can do about it.
All right. We talk a little bit about we've talked multiple times about the Archibald game and how that really was probably, I'll call it a godsend for Liberty Center, because we had been running clock on the majority of the teams. Archibald stresses us a little bit, throws some screens. I know Liberty-Benton likes to screen. I've seen that, where they throw that middle screen up there with quarterback fakes. Looks like he's going to run, and he'll dump it off the screen. So practice this week. Are we focusing on screens again? Because I'll tell you what, I watched Hunter Spangler in that Oak Harbor game. Phenomenal recognition, footwork. It almost like, oh, wait a minute, something's wrong, because they're just letting me run by, and I'll back up. So talk a little bit about the preparation this week. I know this won't air in time for anybody to get any good information. So
a lot when you get to this point in the season, there's really not a lot you haven't seen. Everybody's going to have a screen game, so we've been really prepping for that all year. Archibald is exceptional at it, so we were really heavy on prepping for that a couple weeks ago. Oak Harbor was good at it, so we've had some good weeks of that. And at this point, you got to just be really good at what you do. Like I said, we're not going to do anything that Liberty-Benton hasn't seen. They're not going to do a lot that we haven't seen. Now, obviously, every week there's going to be new wrinkles and things like that, but for the most part, we've seen a lot. You've played a whole season. You should have that experience. But we told them the only thing you need to expect is the unexpected. They're going to do something that maybe we haven't seen, so we got to be ready for that.
Yeah, and I think, one of the things that I've saw in the film that I've watched with Liberty-Benton is that, again, that quarterback likes to get outside. I think our snipers are really going to be an important part of this game.
Oh, yeah. They're going to be a little bit tasked with staying home, making sure that, they're not running like a bootleg. And we talk about when action goes away from you, we say you got to BCR. You got to sit on bootlegs, cutbacks, and reverses. So that's going to be big. If we get too nosy and we see action going away and we just take off, they got guys in the press box that are saying, hey, run the keep, or the zone read or whatever, so that we get action away and we're chasing it. The quarterback's just going to pull it out and go. So we got to be ready for that, and that's going to fall a lot on the snipers. And not only that, they got to cover. So
yeah, I just say that's a big task for them. I was looking at previews of this game, and I'm thinking, wow, the snipers. I mean, our linemen do what our linemen do. Our linebackers are great readers. The snipers, to me, have always kind of been the. You might have a little bit different set of responsibilities this week, almost like the Swiss Army knife type things.
Yeah, it's not a position where you're only going to do this one thing. You have to defend the pass. You have to be in the run game. Whether run's coming at you, away from you. There's a lot to it. And we've got a pretty good group of guys, and they each have different strengths. And so we're going to try to make sure we play to those strengths. And, those guys need to play a good game, and we're counting on them.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a big key for Liberty Center. Also, one of the things I think that is an under-talked about thing is Liberty's passing game on offense. Caden Kreinbrink has been solid this year. I think 76% completion, something like that.
It's pretty high, yeah.
Yeah, it's higher than I can remember throwing over 50 passes a year. And we've had some quarterbacks like, I was 97%. You threw it 6 times. Mm-hmm. But Caden Kreinbrink, very solid. Obviously everybody's going to go after 30 and 3. I love the idea we use Baxter Barrett in the cutbacks. But I think, we talk a little bit about shoving the ball and running the ball up the middle, but then you've got the Jackson Lonzak, the Mason Smith out there. Talk a little bit about their role potentially in this game.
Well, we're not going to throw the ball around the field unless, we get in a bad situation. But when we throw, we want to be efficient. And I think Caden's done a very good job of being very efficient, going to the right receivers in the right spots at the right time. And we've got guys out there that have made some really nice plays. Ethan Gray, I think, is having a really good season. Jackson Lonzak has had some huge plays for us. I think Isaiah Badenhop has made some big plays. And then, you sprinkle in Caden Sonnenberg, JT Olcrew out there that have done a great job blocking and route running, things like that. We're going to need them to make plays in the pass game, because I don't know that we're going to go into this game and just never throw the ball. So when we do, whether it's 5 times, 10 times, 15 times, or whatever. We want to be as efficient as possible, and we want to make sure that, either we have the ball or nobody does.
Yep. And as we get ready to wrap up here, let's talk a little bit about special teams. Liberty-Benton's got a great kicker.
Oh, yeah.
Very efficient on kickoffs, very efficient on field goals. I looked at their punter. I would still give you our punter the nod, but a very efficient punter. So we always talk about Liberty having the advantage of field position because of our special teams. I think this is one of the first teams that are close to us in that.
Yeah, very, very good kicker and great special teams in their coverage units and in their return game. And that's one of the things that, is concerning is they have so many athletes. Anytime an athlete gets the ball in the kicking game, they're already out in space and they can make guys miss and find gaps and things like that. So our coverage units have to be very good. Our return units have to be very good as well. The one thing I would say when you look at their special teams, they have a lot of their starters playing special teams, which is kind of a double-edged sword because they're very good, but they're not leaving the field and getting a lot of breaks. Hopefully we can use that to our advantage because when we go special teams, we usually bring 8 or 9 guys in.
At least. Yeah, and I think that's a numbers game. I think that's one of the blessings Liberty Center has is you have kids that can perform all the way down the list. I think we're looking at, 68 kids on the team this year, 60-something. And, of course, then you got to throw in Mad Max. Max is – we were going to make a highlight tape of the Oak Harbor of him just making tackles on kickoffs. So, I think we were very efficient. Also, I can't go without saying, watching Caden Kleinbrink punt the ball, I think that's been a blessing twofold. Number one is it gives Max a little bit of a rest.
Absolutely.
Number two is his punts. If they don't come down with frost on them, and they're not 20-yarders, they're 45-yarders, and, it's amazing because I don't know that he punted last year, did he? Or he might have dabbled with it.
Well, I think that's a good way to put it. He kind of dabbled and I can punt too, and it's like, yeah, I'm sure you can.
Sure, yeah.
But we're talking about trying to take a little bit off Max's plate, but then looking at Caden, Caden might actually be better than what Max was, and he can work on it. He's not doing a lot of defense for us right now, so when we do defense, he can work a little bit on punting. But that's been a huge weapon. His punting and the hang time and the distance and things like that. And with that, I think our punt coverage team has been very good so far. So we got to continue that this week.
Yeah, and we're one of the few teams I know in the area that we actually have a kicking coach. Mm-hmm. He's been around the league. His son punted and kicked. So we're very blessed in that.
Yeah, and, it's one thing that you got a coach that can coach the kickers, which Tom Russell does a great job. But those kids show up and work. Yeah. You got to have the kids show up, and I think Tom works with them really well, and those kids show up and try to get better, and it's paid huge dividends for us.
Now, what I'm trying to get Tom Russell to do, because he's on the sidelines in his Bermuda shirt and shorts, and he's one of these silent guys that when he talks, people listen because he doesn't say. But I said, Tom, you got to get all your kids that kick for you one of the shirts like you wear, one of your polos from, Havana, Cuba, or wherever. I don't know where he gets them. It's always funny to watch Tom on the sidelines. Yeah. So, all right. Well, going to be a big game, round 3 of the OHSAA playoffs for the semifinals. Liberty-Benton versus Liberty Center. Friday, kickoff is at 7, pregame's at 6. Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
Well, good evening, Tiger sports fans. Live tonight here from Rexlinger Stadium, Kip Kern Field. It's the Liberty Bowl. The Liberty-Benton Eagles come to town to take on our Liberty Center Tigers. I'm your host, Mark the Captain Blood. On the call tonight, none other than Spike. There's a lot of people out there, Spike, that just, J-Lo, Shaq, Spike. You just know. You don't need another name. Jesse Miller.
Probably a good thing I don't have another
name. We can't call you the other names. Jesse Miller tonight joining us in the booth on the color. Yeah, Liberty-Benton comes in 12-0 off a win, a shutout against Norwayne, 38-0 or 35-0. Scott Garlock in his 10th season, 94-23, about 80%.
Nice.
So Scott Garlock, he coached at Liberty-Benton. a while, and then he went off. He went to, I think, Findlay to be the receivers coach, and he spent some time at Defiance.
Yeah.
And then he came back to take over the program. This team, Spike, is loaded. 7 returners on offense, 10 returners on defense. 9 guys go both ways.
Oh, yeah. This team has been good for a few years, but as sophomores, they were building toward this year. Last year, we knocked them out early. And the score was 35-0. But that score, actually, I watched the game, a lot of it last night, and that's kind of a misleading score.
Yeah.
So, Tiger fans, let's don't get up out of our uppity too soon here tonight. This is going to be gigantic.
Yeah, and
Liberty-Benton had the ball and turned it over on an interception that was around the 10. They fumbled on the 20. And let's see, what else here? They had another turnover on the 30 in our area of the field, in our half of the field. So there's 3 possible scores they didn't get. Our last score came when we stripped the ball out of the quarterback's hand and ran it in 5 yards for a touchdown. So 35-0 is not necessarily indicative of the difference.
Yeah, and Jesse, we talked during the podcast. These teams are very similar. Liberty Center scoring 49 points a game. Liberty-Benton's averaging 47. Liberty Center giving up 4.6 or something like that. I think we talked about
under 5.
Yeah,
Under
Liberty-Benton giving up 5 points a game. So we're going to see a lot of similarities. Jesse, talk a little bit about those similarities and maybe some of the highlights we're going to see in these matchups.
Well, you're going to have athletes all over the field tonight on both sides of the ball. This will be, depending win or lose, how far you go in the playoffs, this may be the fastest team we see all year. I mean, you watch them on film, and it's a track meet. They like to get out in space. They have the athletes that can make the plays, and they are explosive. And Liberty Center also is like that. They have some guys that can get to the house quick for you. I think this is going to be a game where Liberty Center wants to try to keep their explosive plays down, which they did last year and made them, got them inside the 20, and you pinch that field down. Not as much space to work with, and that's where we got our turnovers, held them from scoring when they got inside the red zone. But you let them get the ball in the 50 and get behind us, we're not catching. They got about 3 or 4 kids we're not going to catch up to. They're gone. So we got to tackle well in space, do all the little things right tonight.
Yeah, field position is going to be a big thing. We talked a little bit about, you guys saw that on the broadcast, Beyond the 50 with Coach Moeller, and we talked about field position. Interesting enough, this may be the 2 best kickers in the Northwest Ohio area. And special teams, we're out. You're looking at the coin toss out there. We've got our on-field camera, trying to get some stability here. We'll do that. But going back to
this will be 1 second. This will be interesting, Mark. I want to see what happens if Liberty-Benton wins this toss. Do they want to go on offense early and try to set a tone, or they defer and let Liberty Center maybe try to grind one out? There's kind of the game within the game here going on already. See what someone does, who wins the toss.
That's interesting because. Are they going to be run some kind of a gimmick thing?
Right.
Because normally you would defer.
Yeah.
If you feel that you are very competitive and that you can beat this team, you defer. But if they go and want to receive the kick, that means they feel they need to make a statement.
Well, and I think Oak Harbor did that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Didn't Oak Harbor took the ball?
I thought Liberty deferred, didn't they? Or did they? I don't remember now, to be honest with you.
And I think Archibald took the ball.
Yeah, well, I mean, Archibald that you get.
Yeah.
And Liberty-Benton, same philosophy. They're high octane offense here. So
going back to Liberty-Benton, the claim is around that this is the best all-time team Liberty-Benton has ever had. And like I said, they've been aiming for us since last year. It's a great athletic school. Much like Eastwood over there has been in the last 30 years. They're kind of like the Archibald to the area, if you will. As much as I hate to use that as a comparison. but
Liberty Center defers here, and Liberty-Benton will get the balls. You kind of thought Liberty Center would defer, see what happens here. I was wondering if Liberty-Benton won the toss, what they would do.
Yeah.
So,
we talk a lot about similarities. Ball control is a big thing for both teams. But, Jesse, you mentioned explosive plays. It's interesting. Went back and watched some film, and Liberty-Benton is so much on film like Liberty Center. If you go, I'll just look at the 4 or 5 minute mark or 6 minute mark, you go, wait a minute, I have to go back because 3 touchdowns were scored.
Right.
So a lot of explosive plays. Liberty-Benton overall is 565-60. They're out of the Blanchard Valley Conference, and they are switching to the Cardinal Division of the NLL next year. So that'll be an interesting upgrade. One of the things we talked about is all the social media rhetoric. You get a lot of that crap. I call it crap because that's what it is. We get it. They get it. People see that. They talked about strength of schedule and Liberty-Benton didn't play anybody. They play. You know what? That's hogwash.
Yeah, they're good.
Because they just running clocked everybody. Didn't matter. Division 4, Division 5, Division 6, Division 7. It's kind of like Liberty Center. You play, you practice to beat the best team. Doesn't matter. And, they talk about this being the state championship game. I mean, a lot of social media stuff. Talked extensively with Coach Moeller about how he keeps his kids out of that mess. Everybody, and I use the example, we had that when Ironton got caught doing what they did. And, Spike, remember that meeting? I just said, we're not going to talk about it. I don't care.
Right.
We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear they cheated. We don't want to hear that. You got to come out. You got to play every night. And that's what Coach Moeller was really focusing the kids. Look, you got to earn it every game. Yes, we took care of Oak Harbor. That was supposed to be a great matchup. Liberty Center scored explosive first quarter. Jesse, I made a comment. You and I talked a little bit last week. I thought that was about the best execution on line play in a quarter that I've seen Liberty Center all year.
Even for the game, I thought they were really good. And, go back to your social media. Both teams probably, it's probably some bulletin board material and all the things. But at the end of the day, you can have, you can get hyped and all the things. You got to execute.
Right.
You get on the field. You got to do your job. The guy beside you has to do your job. And you go back, Mark and Spike, to football in the 1940s till now, and as much as
Spike can go back,
as much as the offense has evolved and it's high octane and passing and big plays, 90% of the games are still won and lost at the line of scrimmage.
Well, and Barbara, the quarterback, is a great option quarterback. I watched some film with Delta, and man, he just hangs that ball into that fullback that they run up into the gap, and he'll hold it to the very last minute. Surveys the field, and I think 4 or 5 plays against Delta, he just took off out of the bunch, and he was gone. He is fast. I think one of the things tonight, Coach Moeller and I talked about, the sniper play. Spike, you love our snipers. We talk about them every week. The sniper play tonight is going to be very important for Liberty Center because they've got to stay home. Okay, they've got to do their job. They can't get caught looking. They can't get over pursuit because, man, Liberty-Benton will just go the other way on you, and he gets the corner, or the one back that they've got gets the corner. They're gone. And as you said, Jesse said, they got athletes.
Yeah.
They got track athletes, and that makes a big difference. Now, let's go back to Liberty Center. I think one of the things that Liberty Center, I believe, always has an advantage is Liberty-Benton has probably 5 really good linemen on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Liberty Center has 12.
Yeah.
And we talk about, this is going to be a smash mouth football game. Now, you got 5 against 12, and then, like I said, there are 9 guys go both ways. So I think the wear and tear, Liberty Center's physicality, Liberty-Benton's physical. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
But they
right.
they haven't
right.
had to be physical for 4 quarters.
Well, here's what out of their coach. What they promote is being very physical. They like to run a balanced offense. Now, that doesn't mean exactly 50-50 running, passing, but you do whatever, and then how the defense adjusts, you try to hit the weak points. So it could be 60-40, but they do that. They believe in a lot of hard conditioning. Now, what does that sound like? Sounds like Liberty Center. We're physical. We're going to run a balanced offense that can attack you a bunch of different ways, and we believe in conditioning. So tonight, looking at those scores, I even went back through and took out all the teams that were under 500 and then compared scores. And Liberty-Benton is a team that's on paper is unstoppable.
Yeah.
We better be the irresistible force because they're going to be the on the other end of that spectrum. They wallop. 3 of the teams that they played in their league are in
Spike's
the.
he got an idea and he's going through his. He's got his clipboards. I love that.
Well, here. They played Columbus Grove, second game of the year. Columbus Grove ended up 4th in Division 7, and they whooped them 41-3.
They're still in the playoffs.
And
Yeah,
they're still
Grove
in the
is still
playoffs.
Yeah.
Pandora Gilboa, they whipped them 42-9 in the 7th
think
game.
Are they still in it?
And
Yeah, I
Pandora
think Pandora
Gilboa,
Gilboa is still in.
yeah, they play
And
Leipzig.
Lipsick,
Yeah, they
who's
play
still in
Lipsick,
it.
who's
Now, Leipzig, the other good team that Liberty-Benton played, they beat them the 3rd game of the year, 52-0. And yet Lipsick was ranked 3rd. So you've got a school that is in a position to make a great run.
Yeah.
And they could go a long way if they get by Liberty Center tonight.
Well, and you look at all the social media stuff of the guys that really are in the know, the analysts, the guys that follow football, and they're saying this is the game of the year in Division 5.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of eyes walking. We do appreciate. I know the people out at Liberty-Benton posted our link. Again, Tiger Sports Live is the only live video outlet for this game, so we appreciate you viewing us. Again, we always try to promote every student athlete, but sometimes we get our orange goggles on, Spike. No, we don't do that, do we, Spike?
Oh, no.
Guys,
So-
another thing to look forward to the game is the start. This first quarter, I think Liberty-Benton wants to get out quick. They need to put the ball, score points quick. You know, last year, like you said, they drove down 3 or 4 times and couldn't capitalize. I think they're looking first possession here to score. I think the longer this game stays close and it becomes a physical, grinded-out game, that's advantage Liberty Center. I think Benton wants to get out early and try to get a couple scores, try to stay ahead of the chains a little bit, keep Liberty off balance, and see what happens for them. But the thing we haven't talked about yet, and we don't know, we saw 10 was suited up. Seth Elkert, that's their D1 Toledo wide receiver recruit, and he is good as advertised. He's good. You watch the film. No, I don't know how healthy he is. He had a hammy last week. He was out here doing some routes and all this stuff, so we'll see. But that's big. He can go. It's a different game if he can go or not go.
Yeah.
'cause
And his brother's out.
You're dedicating 2 guys to that guy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you guys talk about? It's 10 against 11 or something.
9
like
against 10
9
if
against
he's
10.
playing. Yeah.
So if he's playing, we'll see. And the other Elkert brother is actually out also with I think broken clavicle.
2 weeks ago against Delta. Yeah. Yep.
So but against Norwayne, it didn't look like they missed a beat.
No,
They took Norwayne out. Norwayne had also been one of those teams, Spike, that just took out everybody in the path until they got to Liberty-Benton. I think it was 35 or 38-0 last week. And so we're expecting good things here. I think this will be an epic game. I go back to the Archibald game for Liberty Center. I think one of the things that was a concern for us, not for the coaching staff, is Liberty hadn't been tested. They hadn't been pushed. I don't know, other than the Patrick Henry game, if our starters played 4 quarters all year. I don't know. I was out of town for that game, so I don't even know if that was true.
Right.
But, to go to Archibald and get tested, get, as we like to say, punched in the mouth, certainly I think was a godsend. I use that term rarely, but I think it was for Liberty Center. Number one, hey, when was the last time we were down at halftime? And I actually went back and looked. It was the state championship game.
It was 14-9 at half.
Yeah, at Ironton. So nothing has been close. So that was a big, hey, you got to earn it, buddy. And then the adjustments that Liberty made, and then come back and score 33 unanswered points. I think that says a lot about Liberty Center.
Yeah, so they're battle tested. They know what it's like to be behind. So, let's see what happens here. This is a 4-quarter game, and both teams, like Spike said, well conditioned. This is going to be fun. This is why you play high school football right here. Is this game,
it is.
Mark?
I tell you, there's 17 media outlets here. There's everybody that's not in a uniform has a tag, red or orange or a white tag on. So you want to talk about area and importance. And, you know, we're looking out over the stadium right here, and we can see on Route 109, and they're still coming off of 24 out there. I think they had to block the cemetery off, Spike. People were pulling and driving.
Oh, I'll
the
bet you.
If I had one of those golf carts with an 8-seater on it, I could have probably made some money tonight.
Yeah, you would get a free shuttle service courtesy of Mark Blunt here
There you
tonight.
go. Well, it wouldn't have been free, but it'd been shuttle service.
There you go. Some money to be had. I know they were saving some overflow parking for back behind the school and the junior high football field if they needed it. So yeah.
Well, here I'll throw an interesting stat. I love stats. Here's a kind of a corny, but it shows you what Liberty Center football is all about. I was talking to the guys that run the grill tonight. This year, they have cooked 17,000 brats.
Oh my!
Wow. 17,000 brats, ladies and gentlemen. We've played 12 games at home. Do the math.
That's a lot. That's a lot of brats, for sure.
That is crazy. And then we have other stuff too. But 17,000 brats. So you want to talk about people and coming in big games here at Rexlinger Stadium, Kip Kern Field. You know, when you can tally up the brat total, and you need to say no more for us brat aficionados.
Hey, Mark, I think before we go too far or we get ready for the pregame stuff here, we should shout out to our Brian Babcock.
Yeah, no.
Brian
I'm
couldn't
mad
be
at
with
him.
us tonight. Yeah,
No,
no shout-outs.
You can.
Brian will be listening.
My
He's on his
feelings
way.
were hurt.
Yeah, down to a little Thanksgiving with the family or something going on down there. So.
We'll get text messages from Jigs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian
keeping up.
is taking care of some family stuff. Scott Barrett, I know a lot of people have been asking what happened. Scott, this is an exciting time for his son.
On the team,
The team. Highlight, he wanted to go be a dad, watch his son play. God bless you. Go do that. I always say, and I've said this over the years, Spike, I think, what year are we in? 23, 24? I don't know. It's
somewhere
crazy.
in the 21st century.
Yeah. Faith, family, and everything else comes third or fourth after that. So, that's where Scott, I got all these conspiracy theories and all this and that. No, he wanted to watch his son play, and God bless him. We want to give him that opportunity to do that. So he's actually down there in the cold. Now, when it gets really cold, he might change his mind about coming up in the booth.
Big Bear might be up here warming up a little bit.
Right,
yeah,
that's
not
right.
ready for hibernation yet.
So we're getting ready here for the alma mater and the national anthem. I'll tell you what, Cole, let's hear from our sponsors, run the disclaimer, and then we'll be right back after this.
This 2025-26 Tigers Sports Live broadcast is brought to you by KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, Pisanello's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Swanton Welding, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, Gerald Grain, Hill Asphalt, Mason Hill Construction, Engler Auctions, Dental Health Associates of White House in Sylvania, and Fessenden Hardware of Swanton.
This broadcast is copyrighted by Tiger Sports Live for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of Tiger Sports Live is prohibited.
All right, we're back here just before kickoff. National anthem coming up. Talk a little bit about we're going to be following a couple other games tonight. Triway and the Genoa Comets are playing, and the winner of this game will play the winner of that game. So we'll be following that. Also, we have some area teams. Archibald's out at Hopewell Loudon. That's going to be a good matchup.
That'll be a good one.
Tell you, if I wasn't here, I might be there. And then the big one I think is going to be a great matchup is Paulding, 12-0 against Cary. And I'll tell you what, Cary's a beast. You talk about they had a game, I don't know which one it was in the playoffs. They threw the ball twice. Every other play was a run play.
Well, we saw Cary about 4 years
was,
ago, and that was a very physical team then, too.
Yeah.
Might have been PH.
It could have been.
That was the PH game.
I think you're right.
Okay.
Yep, PH game. They
Yeah.
threw the ball
Yeah.
twice and ran it every other time other than two plays. So we'll be following those games. We'll have some updates as we finish, the night here. Of course, we'll be here until the game's over, and then we'll have our Swanton Welding post-game show. KK Collision pre-game show here. We love our sponsors. We appreciate you guys. Kyle Kern and his group over there at KK Collision. And, one of the things I laugh, I talked to Kyle quite a bit. He used to, we flip-flopped the pre and the post-game show. Kyle always used to like it because he had a vote for the Man of Steel. And so I told him if he's listening tonight and he's not here, he can text me what his vote is. It may not count, but, and so we're looking forward to that. So we're just about ready to get going here. Once again from Rexlinger Stadium, Kip Kernfield. And I tell you, Spike, look at they're still coming down State Route 109.
That's packed out there.
Oh, it's packed.
Holy
it's
mackerel.
backed up.
I live about three-quarters of a mile from school. I could have probably opened my side lot and sold.
Yeah, just like up at Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
People park and other people, in the yards, and they got signs out there parking. I'm sure it's a lot more than when I was there, but
back in
$40,
the 40s.
$50. Yeah. Actually, I was there in the about 1995, maybe.
Did the Lions win that game, Spike?
Oh, no, I wouldn't dare go to that game. I watched Tampa Bay. In fact, it was Duke Snyder that went with me.
I got you.
Duke and I,
if you
my
Tampa
dad
Bay,
and my son.
It's easy to do that. Jesse, talk about the things Liberty Center has to do to win tonight.
Well, control the line of scrimmage, which is what we do the best for the last 3 or 4 years, especially. I couldn't tell you the last time I feel that we lost the battle at the line of scrimmage. You may go back, South Range, when they beat us 2 or 3 years ago, you could say South Range.
That might have been the one
That
game.
might have been the one game that you could.
last how many years that we got out muscled.
In the
we
words
got out.
of Max Smith, Uncle Spanky came to town that
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, that team was something else. But, yeah, we got to limit their big plays. I think that's huge. Do not let them get their explosive plays. You let them get going early and make this a track meet and give them all that confidence. You're going to see them talking, and they're going to be ready to go.
Yep.
Now, for Liberty Center, just making this point, Coach Moeller and Coach Miller, too, made it very plain. We have to be physical. We have to take charge of the game physically, mentally. We have to own this. This is our home field, but they're gonna out physicality.
Yeah, and it is going to be the battle of the two physical teams. And Spike, I was looking at the other brackets, Wheelersburg, Girard, looking at those teams, and I don't know a lot about them. So this is my looking in the window view of this. I don't think I've seen two physical teams in any other area of the brackets than what we're going to see tonight.
Right. Yeah, this is going to be a big one.
So, all right, well, we're going to take a break here for the national anthem, and we'll be back right after this.
The Liberty-Benton Eagles. ladies and gentlemen. We live in a great country with freedoms like no other. To honor America and respect for all who have served this great country to defend these freedoms, we ask you to remain standing, remove your hats, and direct your attention to the flag as the color guard comprised of the VFW Post 6596 and Gilbert Ballman American Legion Post 492 present our nation's colors, and we honor America with the playing of the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
All right, we're back here getting ready for one of my all-time favorite Spike Whitman moments. You live for this, don't you, Spike?
Boy, I tell you what, I've been cranked for this game the last few days, and today, I tell you what, the old stomach was rolling over many times. This is what it's all about, Tiger fans. This is what competition, playing in the big game, going out there and proving to see who is best. This is, I mean, the utter essence of Kip Kern Field. And tonight we are going to see some Kip Kern-style football.
Yeah.
This is the way they played the game back in the 40s. This is how everything has been built at Liberty Center from days just like that.
All right.
And here they come, those swashbuckling men in black. Those are the Liberty Center Tigers. Boy, and a host of managers. And they break through the stanchion, and now here we go. Boy, this is what it's all about. God, I love it. Oh.
Spike, I think we grew about 8 managers in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, heck yeah. But, you know, we get a lot of people that want to join Tiger Sports Live. Jesse, you just lucked out here, bud.
Yeah,
I don't know if I
lucked out or drew the short straw. I'm not
That's
sure
right.
here.
One of the two.
Well, for Liberty-Benton, it's next man up, and that gospel has been preached at Liberty Center for the last 100 years.
Well,
this is the way you play the game.
Yeah, and Coach Garlock, Scott Garlock, he's that old school kind of guy, Spike.
Oh, yeah.
He's just,
oh, yeah.
You block, you hit, we'll figure out the rest later.
Yep. Liberty-Benton, their attitude, I'm not kidding you, they are going to be so geared and geeked up for this thing. They want this win badly.
Yep.
Now, on the other hand, the Liberty Center coaching staff has taken this in stride. They have built the kids up. They have told them, you have got to own this team. You have got to go out there and you have to out-physical. You have to play the game to the very edge, right to the whistle.
Yep.
And you play it as hard as you've ever played a game.
And if you're Liberty-Benton, Spike, this is a statement for them. You know,
oh, yeah,
I know
exactly.
they've heard all the way, you don't play anybody and blah, blah, blah. That's just blah.
Yeah,
They've
right.
been annihilating people, so they want to prove a point here.
Oh,
so
yeah.
there's a lot on the line tonight.
Yeah, forget the fact that they played this week's schedule.
Yeah, I don't
well,
wanna hear
listen,
that.
they own that
Yeah,
schedule.
whatever you say, winning 56-0, no matter how weak the
that's
team
right.
is, that's
Yeah,
pretty good.
a
And
good-
we've done it ourselves. You
Yep.
know,
Yeah,
not to knock any of our
exactly.
opponents, but outside of Archibald and PH, you know, the league was down a little bit this
Yep.
year. They'll be back up. You know, Delta had a solid year. You know, but
Well, and again, I appreciate the fact Liberty-Benton understands that and says, you know what, we're going to step up. We're going to go to the NLL.
yeah,
We want that competition. You know, like Liberty, we want the NWAL to be better.
yeah.
Liberty-Benton also. So Man, I got the goosebumps, Spike.
Yeah. Oh, man. Kipper, this is what it's all about. This is In Notion to You, a shout out to our since departed Grandma Jean Kern, who one of the greatest all-time Tiger
What a
fans
party
ever.
up there, Spike.
Oh, yeah.
Kent Michael Spies, Kipper,
Yep.
Connie, and Grandma Jean.
Oh, yeah.
Spiker,
Norm
I think
Sider, one of the greatest sponsors
I think
ever.
I have goosebumps going for this one, Spike.
Baby.
Yeah.
Shake it up.
Max Walker will kick off for the Tigers. Mad Max. We'll see if he makes a tackle here.
I'll say he might have the tackle, too, if you pay
What
attention.
team is going to grab the gauntlet and run with it and through it and around it? Here we go. Max Walker set to kick off. And boom, a high end
short.
over end. That's going to come down at the 10-yard line. Return up the right hash. Hit right away and slips through one tackle, and he'll get his way battling up to the 20-yard line. Mason Smith with a late hit, making sure he didn't even gain that extra half yard.
Murdoch made the initial hit, I think.
Yeah,
Hey,
Rabbit. Looks like,
Murdoch is a beast on special teams.
well, he's coming out right now with hanging that shoulder a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah,
Looks
you
like he got a little stinger
dinged up
or
or
what he got
something.
here. So
All right, so here we go. Liberty-Benton to start at their own 21-yard line.
10 is in there, Spike, as we thought he would be.
Yeah. All right, so a couple
To the
wide outs
slot.
to the far side. Out of the gun with a single setback. Rolling left, now stops, turns, throwing a home run ball. Got a man out there and
Oh.
just overthrows him. Well, they had Liberty Center beat by a couple of yards, but still, that's a very difficult pass to complete.
Well, and he's done that, Spike. We watched him on film. He'll roll one way and throw back the other. So, and that's what Coach
Yeah.
Mueller talked about, that you've got to stay patient.
You see there, Benton 27. Look for him to be a key to their game plan tonight if 10's not fully healthy.
All right, Tigers show their three-man front with El Toro in the middle. All right, now 5 wide out spread. They dump it out quick, hit right away. Gain of only 4 yards on the play. It'll bring up third down. I believe it was Isaiah Badenhop in there on the hit.
Really stepping up his game these last couple weeks. Sophomore just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. You know, we lost, your son graduated, and everybody was worried we lost Collie. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? But the DBs this year have been superb.
Yep, they've gotten better.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be tested here tonight.
Now, all right, third down and 6 from the 25. Now a shift. 2 to the wide side with a single setback and a wing back.
Looks like we got help over top
He
on
gets
number
rid
10.
of it again. Caught on a little
They dropped
slant
it.
inside, and that's bobbled, fumbled.
Nope.
And
not-
they're going to say incomplete. He must not have ever had control.
No, I think Bainhop got his hand in there and knocked it away, Spike. I don't know if we can.
Boy, that was a game
see
saver.
that one again?
Well, not a game saver, but a possession saver.
Let's see that one again.
Wow.
If Cole has it. Yeah, I think,
Yeah,
I
let's
think
watch.
you're right, Jess.
Let's watch Bainhop here. Okay,
Or not.
we're good.
Well,
Wait, here we go again.
all right, so
Well,
Yeah,
we're
well,
all right. We'll watch it. Yeah, he got that left hand in there and batted it away. Here we go with the punt.
high punt, goes up and gets it. Now has to scramble,
Oh.
just gets it off and gets off a boomer, considering
punt.
that's going to hit at the 30-yard line and bounce out of bounds in that area. So Liberty Center, after a 45-yard punt, will take over around their 30-yard line here with only a minute and 5 seconds gone.
I'm not sure if that was a rugby-style punt or he thought about running.
You
Well, it gives us something to think about.
Yeah,
I'll
it
tell
does.
you that.
I have not watched their special teams report there, so I don't know if that's something they always do or if that's something different. Number 2 with the ball is always a good option, though. I do know that.
It is.
All right, Badenhop spread wide to the far side. Mulder the single setback with a double wing formation. Crime Brink under center. Now goes in motion. They're going to give it on
Oh, boy.
jet sweep. Here's Gary. Gary cuts it to the outside. Stumbles and bumbles. Grabs his way. Still going on. Keeps his balance. Breaks another tackle. Carries 2 more. Pounds his way all the way down to the 30-yard line. 41 yards of masculinity, baby.
Boy, I tell you what, he was one trip away from a touchdown.
Yeah, they had that outside sealed off. I don't know where their end was, but he was Barbara got hooked or something over there.
That is what Liberty Center blocking is all about. Execution to perfection. They sealed the outside, and Gary on the jet sweep turned it on. All right, Tigers with a wing left and 2 wide outs to the Liberty side of the field. Kreinbrink out of the gun. He's going to fake it. Throws a little slant out there. That's grabbed out there by Badenhop. Spin move and cuts down near the 20-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 9 on the play.
Tell you what, that is such a tough pass to defend. I know Brian Babcock talks about that, it being a defensive back. That's just, when that's executed that way, Spike, that is almost impossible.
And I like the play call. Get Kreinbrink a nice, easy completion early here. Get him in some sort of rhythm.
And the hands. I tell you, it was the hands. Now Badenhop went high and grabbed that high pass. Okay, here it comes. No, they shift out of the I formation. They will run out of that occasionally. Now they go Lonazak tight end to the left, motion Gary.
Coming back,
they give it right ahead, a straight ahead dive to Mulder, and Mulder will pick up 2 tough yards inside the 20.
Well, I tell you what, he doesn't come down easy. He gets up in that gap fast.
Moeller is one strong little pot licker.
And that was enough for the first down, Spike.
Wow, that's right. That's what they needed. All right, 1st and 10 now on the 19-yard line. Barrett comes out to the left as a wing back. They go with a double wing formation with a single setback. Kreinbrink under center. Play action. Drops back.
Gary.
Has time. Got a man out there wide open. Missed over the top of Lonazak. He was open.
And he had Gary out in front of him. I'm not sure he could. I think maybe there was a little confusion on his part which one to throw it to.
I think we also had Barber was in the backfield and his face early there. That might have made him throw the ball a little bit sooner than he wanted to.
All right, so Liberty Center 2nd down and 10 at the 19 of the Eagles. Now they run with a full house backfield. They'll shift out of that. Barrett will go up as a wide out with Lonazak the tight end. Kreinbrink.
Inside
handoff.
reverse
now
here.
A little flip inside.
Oh.
That's to Barrett. Barrett breaks one tackle. Still pounding, driving. What a run by
What a
Barrett.
run.
He breaks through. It's a Liberty Center Tiger touchdown. What a run. What a man. What blocking. And Liberty Center on the board first. You got to love it. Yes, yes, yes. The pounding. The pounding. Okay.
Yeah, I tell you what, you want to give an assist to
Gary Cruz is like, you're getting this one, Baxter.
Yeah, here, Baxter, I got you, bro.
Kind of picked him up, but they had penetration there.
Yeah.
Liberty-Benton did.
Barrett was stopped after 1 yard gain. What an effort. What a job by the offensive line and, of course, Garrison. All right, PAT set up. Good snap. Good hold. Kick is on the way. Walker, good. Kreinbrink hold and a Kruger snap. And Liberty Center jumps early. They lead it 7-0.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at that play again, Spike, because you're going to see Garrison Cruz gets an assist on this. Baxter Barrett made a great play.
They had him bottled up right here. They had him wrapped. Look at this. Watch Gary here. Push him.
Come on, buddy. Woo! Sometimes you block out front. Sometimes you get the assist from the back. And here's a play right on field level. Look at this play. Just power.
That ain't no tush push. That's Man Mountain Cannon grabbing him right around the
Wasn't that a
guts.
wrestler, Man Mountain something or whatever?
Wow.
What a start. What a start. And if you notice, Benton 10 is not playing defense. That's big for them. I did not see him on a defensive snap. He was just offense.
Yeah, I think they're going to be very cautious with him, and probably rightfully so. You know, I had a son that got hurt, tore his ACL on the last scrimmage play of his senior year, and thought his world was over. But you know what? As much as you love this is a blip on the radar, and don't do anything to damage or have ills later on in life. So
well, Liberty, defensively, Benton missed that first play. They had a guy, and then we kind of held, and we made a couple good plays. And Liberty, you give them that ball, and Made it count.
Okay, here's Walker. Another high kick for Walker.
Right,
Comes
special
down at
teams.
the 9. Return on an angle, straight across. Special teams there.
There's
What a
Murdoch.
hit by Murdoch again. Pow, wham, bam.
I think that was Isaac Orth. I think.
Well, Isaac had the initial contact, but Murdoch made the big hit there.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that again.
Yeah, usually there's always about 3.
There's Isaac there.
Isaac
Watch
Orth.
Murdoch. Boom.
Boom.
Ah, yes. Boy,
Doesn't look like
Kipper,
he's got a
Kipper,
stinger
this is
anymore.
your
Now that
kind of
stinger must
football,
have worked its
baby.
way out.
All right, now, Liberty-Benton, they ain't a bunch of schmucks. They're going to come right back in here. Well, Liberty Center's got to control it. The Tigers spread the defense wide to cover the 5 wideouts. Straight drop. Now tries to run it up the middle. Breaks one. No, he was
nice.
slowed down on a great ankle tackle.
Kellen.
Kellen Weimer grabbed the shoelace and he yanked. What an effort by Kellen.
I
That
tell you
saved
what,
a big
Barber
one.
will do that though. He's good at pulling that ball down. He'll spread that defense out, take off running. He's pretty quick.
Yeah, and he gets that corner. Goodbye. You know, he's going to go. So
Yeah,
good
I
job
bet
by
he did
Kellen
that
to
to
trip him
Delta.
Oh,
up.
yeah. Oh,
He
yeah.
did that to Delta probably 6 times.
That
Oh,
7-0 lead isn't going to win this
You
game.
go watch the Norway game, and he kept one. It looks like 5 kids had an angle. Well, they didn't. He turned that corner still.
They had a bad
All right,
angle.
Yeah.
Again, out of the gun. Couple wide outs to the far side. They're going to give it up the middle. And tries to nose off the side. And not much running room there. Maybe another yard down at the bottom of the pile.
Gary.
Yep.
Gary Cruz.
Yes. Gary leads the team in tackles, by the way, with 80. You got Lonazak. We got Walker 70 and Lonazak 60. Those are rounded off. But
All right,
real
tell you what,
close.
we got a great shot for you guys right on the line of scrimmage here. You want to talk about some collisions. You're about ready to see them.
All right, so a little bit of change up here. They've got 2 wing backs in the backfield along with 2
That
wideouts.
was a quarterback run or a pass here.
Now motion. Hill going to roll out. Now
Oh,
he's gonna
nice
keep
play
it.
call. Can he get outside?
And what a job
play
there.
by Ethan.
Yes. Ethan Gray with some physicality of his own hung with him. Old Crew slowed him down, forced him to belly out farther, and that laid it wide open for Gray to make the tackle. That brings up 4th down and 7. The Liberty Center defense, another superlative job.
Well, and that was a perfect example of staying home. Staying home. Do
Yeah,
your job.
yeah.
Stay in your zone.
Good call. All right, we've got Gray and Badenhop standing back at their own 40-yard line. Low liner, and
Well,
that's
let's see if
going
we
to
can get a
hit
special
in front.
teams play.
Picked up on one bounce by Gray. Around the far side. He's got a little running room, gets past one tackler, and gets it over midfield into Eagle territory. Liberty Center will take over there, 1st and 10.
Spike, what do we always talk about? Field position. Look at Look at this. We're
Oh,
on their
yeah.
side of the 50 already.
Yeah,
Liberty-Benton needs a play here. They got to make a play. They can't let this thing get going too bad here. Let's see if there's any adjustments here on this second drive for Liberty-Benton. Spike. We just kind of handled them there the first drive.
All right, we got Gary at a wing. We got 2 wideouts over here. They're going to run kind of a pitch sweep.
Oh, that's
And
just
cutting outside, breaks on, pounds through another tackle, pulls him forward. That was Moeller for 8 yards on the play. Carried a tackler for 5 more. Great blocking to open that up.
If you're out there watching the line play, I'll tell you what, Gary goes up in that hole, and he's got 2 or 3 guys just going after him on every play.
And you watch that play again. Kellen Weimer seals that left side. Ethan Gray with a great block out there at the receiver position to get Thomas that extra 4 or 5 yards.
Right, yeah, so our blocking is excellent. All right, now Liberty going with a new formation. Trip receivers to the wide side.
Have a little
They're going to
screen.
throw it to the
Oh, boy.
underneath man.
Oh, that's a touchdown.
Yes, it is. I think Gary's hands knew it, and Gary's face knew it.
They were outmanned. They didn't take anybody out there. I don't know what it was. 2-on-3 to start.
All right, wait, a good call on 2nd down. Now you still have 3rd and short,
Right.
and you may want to consider this 4-down territory with the ball at the Eagle 43. Wide out set to the far side. Tigers with 2 tight ends with a single setback. Now
get a
Gary in
dive.
motion. Give on a quickie to Muller. Muller breaks one. to the outside, then to the left, heading down the sideline into the 10, the 5, and down to the 4-yard line. 39 yards by Moeller on a dive when we ran off the motion. Look.
Cole, do you have that one
Wow.
again? Hey, look at this play. Watch them follow Garrison Cruz. We got the other shot. But they are just keying on 30, and they're going to get picked apart.
Yep. All right, so the Tigers have a 1st and 10 at the 5-yard line. 6.5 minutes to go. Tigers lead 7-0.
Here we
Looking for
go.
more.
Wildcat.
Yep.
Yeah, this is going to come right at you.
In the shotgun, he's going to power it straight ahead, pounds his way down,
Touchdown.
carries 2 tacklers into the end zone. It's another Liberty Center Tiger touchdown. Oh, you got to love it, Kipper. This is Kipper football. Buddy, pound it right at him.
Wow.
Yank, strap, and gag. Pow.
Fitzenreiter and Max.
Cifuentes was back there
Yeah,
leading the way, too.
Lead the way.
Deegan.
Max
Someone-
Walker and
Wow.
Henry Fitzenreiter, the 2 starting guards, were basically flankers at that point.
What the
And El
beef?
Toro, the bull, was in there.
Here's the snap. Kick is long enough, high enough. It's good. 6:20 left in the first quarter. Liberty Center on top now, 14-0.
So, Jesse, what has to happen here with Liberty-Benton?
Oh, they got to get a first down. I mean, they've went 3 and out twice now, ran no clock, gave Liberty the ball inside the 50. They got to settle down here. They got to put together a drive and get some points, or this thing will get out of hand quick.
Yeah.
You know, they need something positive. You can see kind of on their, I want to say attitude. Their body language isn't that great right now. So let's see what they can do. Try to get something back here, get an explosive play. You know, look for them to go back to what they did that first play at some point here. I don't know if they'll go back this early, but they had a guy on that misdirection.
Yeah,
he was
did.
open.
Yeah, like I said, they run a lot where he rolls to one side, throws back to the other, which is a difficult play for a quarterback, but he does it extremely well. But you're
Well-
right, Jesse. Their body language is, I mean, they're a little
They're
dizzy
shell-shocked.
right now because they've not seen this, Spike.
You know, it to this extent. I mean, they've seen football all year and they understand the game. It's a great program, but they're bucking heads with a pretty darn good team. Now we got a long way to go. One busted play and they're back in it. We have a turnover in the wrong place. You know, fans. Liberty Center looks pretty darn good, but we got a ways to go here.
Well, and like Jesse said, Spike, Liberty-Benton's got the explosive plays.
Oh yeah.
They just need one of them right now. They can't afford it.
They need a special team
Another
play
higher,
or something.
And
That's going to check
gonna
up.
hit it to
Ooh.
2-yard line, go into the end zone for a touchback. And the Tigers keep Liberty-Benton at bay again. They'll have to start from their own 20.
Well, I tell you, Spike, that ball checked up. That was pretty close.
Yeah.
And we've seen
Yeah.
one of those, I think, at Swanton, maybe.
Yes, we did this year. We did. I don't remember where, but we did see one.
Here, Liberty Center here has to make Benton drive. Don't let them get a quick explosive and kind of get going and get back into this. You know, a 3 and out would be great, but, you know, limit an explosive play here.
All right, 3 wideouts. They're going to fake it. A little slant over the middle. That one's caught by the almost picked off.
Lonzak.
Who made the big hit to knock it loose?
Walker.
Max Walker.
Wow.
Yeah,
the
and
ball-
he's not getting up. He took a big hit.
You know, those slant plays are very difficult to defend. If you can get just a hip
Ooh, and that's
inside.
Is that?
That's 10. That's Elkert. They tried to go to him.
Yeah. Is it 10? Because there's another 10 on the other side.
No, that's 10.
Okay. Yeah, you don't want to see this.
No, you don't want to see a kid get hurt.
All right, let's take a break here. We've got an injury timeout. You want to run the sponsors again. We appreciate these guys. You know, we never charge. I'll get there, Cole, I promise. We never charge. We've had people put fake links on Facebook and a bunch of other stuff. We will never charge for the games. Now, why can we do this? Because of our gracious sponsors. So let's go ahead and roll them. Well, we got an injury timeout.
This 2025-26 Tiger Sports Live broadcast is brought to you by KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, Pisanello's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Swanton Welding, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, Gerald Grain, Hill Asphalt, Mason Hill Construction, Engler Auctions, Dental Health Associates of White House in Sylvania, and Fessenden Hardware of Swanton.
You're back. Hey, while we're the injured Eagle is up walking to the sideline. Genoa Spike already up on Triway 14-0 in the first.
Ooh.
Genoa's got a point to prove today too.
Yeah.
All right, after that hit, forcing the drop pass, 2nd down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Quarterback rolling this way, has time. And
That was
tipped, I believe.
Gary
Cruz.
He had a guy, too.
Gary
81
made
was
a
sitting
play.
right in the middle, wide open there.
Yeah, Eric Weimer immediately on the field, pointing fingers and doing that.
It looked like a linebacker hook zone. There should have been a linebacker there where 81 was sitting. That's probably
Replay
why
from our
he's
field
mad.
camera. Yep, Gary Cruz jumps up and tips that ball. And 81, you're right, Jesse, was wide open.
Wide open.
Right there in the middle, so. Great shots. A.J. Fairchild and Marky Bly down on the field for us tonight.
Whole crew now into the game. Liberty expecting something more upfield.
Well, look for 27, Spike.
All right.
10 out. Let's see what they
Back
do.
to throw. Over the middle. That's caught. Hit right away. And gang tackle down. I mean gangland tackle. The solo tackle there. Gain of only about 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up 4th down deep in their own territory.
Boy, Wanzak just come right off the line of scrimmage and just backed up into that zone. He made a nice read.
Well, let's see what goes here.
Liberty-Benton needs a play here.
Yeah, they
Jess,
need something.
Back in punt formation from their own 24-yard line.
Liberty's going to be watching for a fake here.
Yeah, somebody out in the flat or something.
Ooh, Baxter.
Oh,
I think he got
floater
it.
I think he got a
wobbler.
piece of it.
Let it go. That's a good choice.
Yeah, Coach Moeller likes to have those fielded, but we were not in a position to make a play on that kind of short, wobbly punt.
But I don't know what just happened, but both referees ran over and grabbed onto Reed Irwin from Liberty-Benton and pull. I don't know if he's running down the sideline or something. Or
Oh, him and
sideline.
Foster had a little extracurricular here on our sideline, so I don't know.
They just went right now to him.
They
and
were
grabbed
going at
onto
it.
him.
They were going at it. Liberty-Benton needs something.
All right, so Liberty Center now with the ball at their own 29-yard line. 1st and 10. Still 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Ball on the deck.
No, this is what they needed. Don't. Oh, no.
And still
Liberty-Benton's
a
got it.
pile. Everybody piled up in there. The ball came out of there, and the
We'll
center
see.
quarterback
81 was
exchange.
underneath there. They're going at it still in the pile. Spike, we saw this last week a couple times. Some exchanges. Just some. Liberty's going to keep it.
Coach Moeller on the field. Coach Thomas Moeller on the field signaled that.
Grindbrink got it back to his credit. He fumbled it, but he got it back.
Brink's pretty strong.
I tell you what, there was some scrapping going on there.
Yeah, I thought.
Steinbrink probably don't want to do that too many more times tonight.
All right, well, let's see now what that does here. Liberty Center now behind the change of the 2nd down and 13 back at their 26.
Yeah, that's, Spike, again, we saw that kind of bobbles 3 or 4 times last week, which we hadn't seen, so we'll hopefully get that cleaned up here.
Wide out, double wide out to either side. Crimebrink's going to throw underneath. Leaping catch. What a job there by Badenhoff. Great hands. Gain of 5 on the play. Now they've got setting in about a 3rd and much more makeable 6 yards to go.
That's probably going to be a prelude to a pump and go type thing because Liberty-Benton's going to try to jump that route sooner or later, Spike.
I think
Second
Liberty can get a big one.
Grab for Isaiah Badenhoff going up in the air and pulling that bullet in. All right, Tigers go with more of a full backfield. We're going to run power to Gary.
Oh,
Gary,
nice play.
with great penetration from Liberty-Benton, goes nowhere, and now Liberty Center will be forced to punt.
Spike, that was number 81 on the play, C.J. Barbera. We watched him here last year. Chase plays down from behind from that defensive end position. He is a player.
Yeah.
Wow.
Barbara.
Barbara.
We want to make sure we say the name. That's all. That's Spike. That's my thing. I went and asked, how do you pronounce this? How do you pronounce that? So
we even said it right on the podcast
I know
too,
we
didn't
did.
I? I screwed that up.
All right, back in punt formation. I assume it's Kreinbrink.
it is.
Let's see what Liberty does.
Kreinbrink
They're punting it.
with the left foot, line drive spinner. That's going to shove him back, and he's wide
Nice
open. And
play.
solo tackle right there. Adam Foster, pow!
Adam Foster's pumped up, and number 4 just watched him run by him.
Yeah, the two just got into it the previous pump play. Adam Foster, pound for pound. He's a tough kid, man.
Well, here's coming
Get
right
after
at
it.
you on the replay. Look at that right there.
What a play.
Foster with a textbook tackle.
Boy,
What a play.
that bomb, that punch shoved him back a couple yards, and Foster hustling all the way made that play before he could get his head of steam
But
up.
going back to that Liberty drive, that bobble really cost Liberty.
It did.
They got to clean that up.
All right, so 3 down linemen for the Tigers. They're out to guard the spread formation. Quarterback sucks it
Dippy.
up and slowed down, and I believe that was El Toto on the tackle.
The
El Toto! Logan Cifuentes, baby!
He's just tough to move.
Yeah. You will not see a push on our nose guard. He's going to stand his ground
Well,
and control that A gap, both sides of it.
I'm watching the line of scrimmage right now, and it's strictly a one-sided game.
Yeah. They're just trying to get us to go one way and try to push us that way so they have a gap to run through, and we're just holding our ground.
All right, 2nd down and 11 now. 2.5 to go here, first period. Here's the snap, rolling left, looking, now throws over the middle, and that's picked off! Picked off by Kellen Weimer!
No, Max Walker.
Oh, Matt Walker!
Mad Max, baby.
Matt Walker! Oh!
Here, let's see that on a replay again.
I'm not. If he get tipped here, his hand get
Walker
hit.
just runs out, sees the play, cuts it off. He was running
I
out to
see.
the outside
Boy,
and just
he read that right away.
He was
Cut
looking at 81 coming back across the middle.
Do you think that was more of a trying to contain the quarterback type of flow?
Well, you saw they brought Lonizak off that end. They must have known that rollout was going that way to contain him, so he couldn't get outside the pocket.
All right, now Liberty Center Tigers with a golden opportunity at the 29-yard line. Kreinbrink
Gary.
back alone. He's going to give to Gary on a jet sweep going left. Gary breaks through one tackler, pounds his way down to the 27. Gain of a tough 2 yards. Great penetration by Liberty-Benton.
They've made an adjustment, Spike. We ran that play earlier twice, and we had that whole left side caved. I don't know if they brought someone outside to the outside shoulder of that end and just had him, but there was nothing there. You had to cut it back
I
up
think
soon.
they've moved 14 up on the edge here
All right.
to try to contain
Barrett
that.
and Cruz, the wing backs.
You're right, Mark.
Under center. Here's the give to Barrett. Barrett cuts through there. Still going, still driving.
boy.
Barrett with an impressive second half of that run. Followed his block through the right side of the line. And then carried a couple tacklers. So a gain of about 3.
You know, Spike,
4,
that's
make it 3rd and 4.
That's the dangerous thing with Liberty Center. You get Kean on 30 or 3, and 40 runs by you on a misdirection.
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
know, or
Well-
Lunzak comes off the line of scrimmage and
Right.
runs out. So you know the cruise effect, let's call it. You know, Liberty's taking full advantage of that.
For Barrett
Double
on a
wing
pass
set. They're
here.
going to put the man in motion. Now drops, throws
Oh,
to
nice
the motion
play.
man. Grabbed by Gary. One-handed catch. Pulls his shoulder down low. Parries it into about 2 tacklers. And he'll pound his way ahead for about 7 yards in the Liberty Center
Right.
Tiger
That's a
first
nice
down.
play call there, Spike. I like that. Send him in motion.
Connor Barbara
Boy, that
making
Gary
those
out
tackles
there.
from his safety is not something Liberty-Benton wants to do all night.
Good blocks again. Barrett and Ethan Gray and Isaiah Badenhop each had their guy blocked. Let Gary get that extra couple yards.
Henry Fitzenreiter on the left. I believe Deegan Schwager, the guard, on the right. Now the Tigers run that shift. We've got Barrett set up as a wing on this side. Gary over there. Barrett in motion. They're going to give to Moeller on a
Nothing.
straight dive. And nothing doing there. The Tigers get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Yeah, it looks like Liberty-Benton, you know, they're coming up to that line. They snuffed something out. They made some sort of adjustment. They're getting some penetration. I don't know if they're lining up gaps and shooting or what they're doing here.
Well, where there's some give, there's got to be some take.
Well, and we
Liberty
know
will take it the other way.
Matt Bryan, they'll talk Nick Miller. They'll look at that, and they'll make their own adjustments.
Yeah,
so.
we'll have to see it. You might see a different blocking scheme on some of them plays or what they have to do here.
All right, well, first quarter here in Rexlinger Stadium, Kip Kern Field. Liberty Center with a fast start, 14. The Liberty-Benton Eagles 0, and we'll be back right after this quarter break.
This 2025-26 Tiger Sports Live broadcast is brought to you by KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, Pisanello's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Swanton Welding, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, Gerald Grain, Hill Asphalt, Mason Hill Construction, Engler Auctions, Dental Health Associates of White House in Sylvania, and Fessenden Hardware of Swanton.
All right, we're back here. Following some of the other games in the area, Genoa 14, Triway 7 in the second. And Cole's going to pull them up. We're following the Archbold game. We're following the Blue Streaks are down 8-0 to the Hopewell Loudon Chieftains. We've got Barnesville and Wheelersburg. Wow, Wheelersburg is down 7-0. That's a surprise to me. Cardinal Mooney is up 14-6 over Garfield. And Poland Seminary and Girard is 7-7.
What was that carry score again? I think we passed that.
Carey 7, Paulding 0.
Okay, we've got one quarter under our belt. Liberty Center leads 14-0, and they're driving for another possible score.
Yeah, this will be tough, Spike. If Liberty Center puts this in,
Yeah.
Liberty Benton's going to be in very unfamiliar territory here.
All right, 2nd and 11. You got a wing right either way. Moeller the single setback. They're going to give it to Moeller again. Pounds right up the middle. Breaks over one. Takes on 2 tacklers and pulls his way and balls his way down to the 4. A gain of 11 and a Liberty Center Tiger first down, 1st and goal.
Thomas Moeller just does that so well.
Yeah.
Just, as a lineman, you got a back that'll just ride on your hip.
It looked like they had him stop in the hole. Thomas made a little jump cut, and with that one guy missed, he got an extra 9-10 yards there.
Okay, Crimebrink comes up now under center. He's got Gary the lone setback with a wing on either side. Motion there. They're going to give it to Gary. Bounces off one, kicks it outside. Breaks over the top of another tackler. He's into the end zone. It's another Liberty Center Tiger touchdown. Yeah, Kipper.
All right, now he threw a flag.
Uh-oh.
I think they're going to throw
Celebration.
that on Barrett. No, I think Barrett and somebody were jawing. We'll see. And let's see. Eric Weimer goes over to him. Or Brian Hefflinger. That's not something Coach Moeller wants to have. He wants patience and excellence and leadership. The taunting stuff just doesn't fly with him.
On offense, Liberty has really mixed it up. It hasn't been all one guy. I mean, we've used Barrett and Moeller and Cruz and gotten it to the outside on passes to Badenhop. This has been a spread-out deal.
And they'll take that on the kickoff.
On the kickoff for sure.
Yep.
And Liberty-Benton is shell-shocked right now, guys. They got number 10. I haven't seen him put his helmet back on. He's over on the sidelines.
He's over on the sidelines. And,
Well, that was
you feel for him because he's
man.
been a key part.
Him
of
and
that.
20.
Him and his brother, I believe they're brothers.
Yes.
Have been such a key part of this Liberty Benton success. And but you know what? The welfare of the kids got to come first.
Now the Elkert brothers, Zach and Seth. All right, good snap. Hold good. Kick is up on the way, and it splits the uprights again. 21-0. Liberty Center here with a minute gone here in period number 2.
Yeah, as Jesse, you said, you look at the body language of Liberty Benton, they're shell-shocked.
Yeah, they haven't been in this position yet all year, and it's tough. It's something different. You're going to find out what they're about here.
Well, no, go ahead.
I think, that penalty, on the kickoff is a big deal. Give them a little field position and see what happens here for them. If they can get a score, get a little life back in them, get a stop or something, they're going to need a score and a stop and get the ball back and see what happens from there.
Yeah, and that's where I was headed with that. This is a key thing. You know, Max has got to kick it 15 yards further now, and you give Liberty-Benton some field position, they could do some work. I think that was a huge penalty.
Yeah, you might see them. They're probably going to get at least a 30, I would guess. You know, depending, unless we do something even better than what we usually do here, Mark.
Yeah, and I think this is something Coach Moeller was very adamant about not doing. Is not,
Yeah.
you got them down, you got them reeling, and you give them this little bit of hope here.
Yeah, and I don't know what it was on. We had kids doing some dances in the end zone too, so I don't know exactly
It was
who they called it on, if it was Baxter or someone else doing something else, but you know, kids, emotional.
Whoever it
happens.
was
Yeah.
unnecessary, and they'll be discussed, I'm sure, later.
Oh yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Good kick by
Long,
Max.
High kickoff again. That's going to come down at the 18-yard line. Tries to get
Oh,
away,
man.
and the special teams
Murdoch.
all over this.
Tatum Murdoch.
Murdoch's on a
Wow,
mission
let's
tonight.
get that again. Woo, baby.
He is on a mission.
Spike, you know, I said they'd have the ball at 30. I don't think they got that far. That's 29.
29.
That is great coverage.
They
there
actually
by
gave him the
special
28.
Again, the
Yeah.
sideline shot.
Yeah, watch this tackle. Murdoch, what a play.
teams. Breakdown, nice.
Just shoulder square, takes him down.
Yep, textbook, picture book,
And
perfect.
A.J. Fairchild on the sideline camera all over that.
All right, so 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line with a single setback, wideouts to either side. They're going to throw underneath. That's caught. And a good submarine diving tackle took him out at the knees.
That was
Ethan Gray.
Gray, I
Ethan
think.
Gray.
Yep.
This offense is different without 10 in it, guys. It's just
And
they're
20.
trying to find something here. They didn't have 20 last week, and with 10 they still figured it out. But, you know, now you're going to have someone else be the guy when 10's the one that usually does it. And Liberty don't have to double team, I don't think, anymore, and that helps us out.
Okay. Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 8.
All right, you got a pass or a
10:40
QB run here.
Second quarter. Now motion back to the football. Quarterback's just going to keep it right up the middle.
Nice tackle.
And a little secondary
Sonnenberg.
move. And Sonnenberg, another solo tackle. So Liberty Center doing well tonight, defending some of these wide open types of plays on defense.
And that's been a play that's been successful for the Eagles, Spike.
Yeah, you
Is that
get-
quarterback run, fake the handoff, he takes off. But I think Liberty Center's defensive line's just standing tall and letting our snipers and linebackers fill the gaps.
Right, and those guys are doing the job. Solo tackles all evening.
Gotta
That
watch
makes or breaks a
81
team.
out here.
All right, rolling this way. Quarterback going to keep it. Slowed down. Here comes, breaks a tackle over on the sideline, and he'll pick up about 17 yards all the way up to near midfield. We'll see where the spot is, I believe, on the 45.
Someone had an ankle spike. Then he couldn't bring him down. Then he broke another one. What an effort by number 2 there. The other Connor Barbara, excuse me.
And, and you talk about acceleration.
Yeah.
I know he was fast, but wow, that was
Yeah.
fast.
All right, pretty difficult to contain some of these guys. All right, now, wide out to the far side, 2 over here. They're going to run a little power hit right away, and that nothing doing. The big guy, number 81, I believe it is, kind of went in motion, went
That
in front, but
was-
the Tigers annihilated that.
Gary or Max, one of them was in there.
Wow.
Max Walker. Walker just shot that gap and knocked that down.
Well, that running back kind of you can't hesitate against Liberty. Kind
Yeah.
of their zone blocking thing, and Walker wasn't letting you hesitate. He just went in there and got it.
Some of the games we're following, Archbold and Paulding are down 14-0.
Wow. All right, so Liberty-Benton comes out. 2nd down and 10 at the 45-yard line. Straight drop. Looks, has time, throws it underneath, and Liberty Center there to eat that up. That's going to be a very short gain of only a couple.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Liberty Center guys tackling. And again, number 4 throwing a couple little stiff arms and a few things there.
Yeah.
Liberty Center's defense tonight, the snipers in the secondary is phenomenal.
You just saw the replay, the stride of the ball. Deegan Schwager out there on defense. Just a host of Tigers there.
You know, if you're Liberty Center right now, you're keying number 2.
Yeah,
you're
Liberty-Benton's
keying number
probably
2.
going to have to call a timeout here. Yep, play clock was way down. I don't know.
Yep.
Barbara went over to the sidelines and had to go back for the play. So, this is a big down for Liberty-Benton. And Jesse has said it. They got to find something. They had a nice run. Barbara took off, and I'll tell you what, I saw every bit of, wow, he's fast.
Yeah.
He made a nice cut. And, we talked in the pregame about he's not only fast, people have angles on him, and then all of a sudden they don't. And that was an example of that. We had a pretty good angle on him, and then all of a sudden we didn't.
Well, he's a really good player, but it's tough without 10 and 20 in the game because that's 2 other guys that you really got to key on. And they have other players. 27 might be their fastest on the team, and 4 and 16, but they're not number 10.
And 81 is a beast.
And he's a big kid, but he's going to kind of sit in the middle of the field and look to catch the ball in the middle and turn up, make a play a little bit. But
and that's a tough row to hoe with our Liberty Center linebackers.
Yes,
you sit in the middle, you're either going to get hit really hard or you're going to have a Max Walker interception.
All right, so that Weimer and Spangler and Deegan Schwager in the middle is the anchor man.
I think they're going to take a shot here, Mark.
Double wide out to either side. Straight drop. They set it up, and wow, what a job by Gary Cruz. That's illegal. Gary came blowing in there like he was going to blow the quarterback all the way back to Sonora High School, but instead reacted, got his hands up, knocked it down.
Spike,
it's
they're going
4th
for
down.
this.
Wow.
I think no, they're not. I
No,
thought
they're
maybe
not.
they'd go for it.
I did too. I think they go down 28-0. I don't know. I just can't see a team coming back from 28-0 against Liberty Center's
I guess
defense.
you got to guard the fake here, right?
Yep, I think you do.
All right, punt formation.
Is it Brady Badenhop?
Tigers show they might be coming after him. No, they're just going to contain. He'll run up. He'll keep it.
There
on
you
a
go.
fake,
There you have
and
it.
He turns it in. Cuts
Watch
it
this,
to the
Spike.
outside,
Watch this.
heading down the sideline.
Speed. Look at
Gray
that.
there makes
How
a
does
swipe
that
at the ball,
happen?
shoves him out of bounds at the 30. That's a read play.
Yeah, it is.
Before
Yeah.
he didn't find that
He
read
saw
and punted the ball.
Yeah, he
Spike.
did that
You
earlier.
watched that. He saw one crease. Watch this. We don't know if we have it on replay or not, Cole. But you watch. He's going to punt it. Watch this. There's just that one little crease. Look at that. Breaks one tackle.
Yeah, we had a guy there
They
made
had
a
him.
dive at him.
Well, and that's a Liberty-Benton play. They needed that play.
They needed the play.
All right, Liberty-Benton now, 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line of Liberty Center. Tiger fans react with a lot of hit. And right
Dropped it
there,
again.
Badenhop laid the plank to him, knocked the ball out of his hands, incomplete. That was a catch, and it was rejected.
Passed a little bit low there. Had to go down and try to get it. Barber's been just a little bit off mark here with his throws. A little bit.
You know, that's the thing. If you're just a half a bubble off on a throw, that hurts. And a running team like Liberty Center, so what if you're half a bubble off?
Right.
Blow them away anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
So
see what
now-
happens here. 27. Watch 27 up top, maybe.
Trick receivers to the far side. He'll roll. Now he turns it up.
Oh,
Breaks
that's a
past
hold.
one tackler. Liberty Center does a lot of juking and jiving.
Good job
and
by
finally
Isaiah.
shoved out of bounds around the 25-yard line. That was Badenhop that made that stop.
Ooh, I thought Deegan Schwager got tackled. Lonzak came up limping too, but Deegan
don't want
Schwager made
that.
great penetration. It looked
Yeah.
like he got tackled. Served up a pancake on the way there, though.
You see, this is just that he's improvising. The quarterback's improvising. It's not there, and he's making plays with his feet. Give him credit. We got to figure out a way to
Kind
contain
of draw
that.
a play in the sand.
Yeah.
They don't have to run it if it don't work. It's like
Does he have a
playground
stick out there,
football.
Spike? We used to do that with stick in the grass.
It's a nice option to have there, ain't it?
All right, 3rd and 5 on the Tiger 25. Motion to the short side of the field. Play action. Throws it
Oh,
high,
my.
too high.
Oh.
Gary Cruz reacted, couldn't get turned up.
Boy, Adam Foster, I'll tell you what, that play was going to somebody, and Adam Foster just decided it was not.
He, Adam took on 2 guys and blew them both away.
And the big 81 kid, Adam, somebody forgot to tell Adam he's 5'6".
Yeah, Adams.
Oh,
like
no.
I told you, he's tough kid. Tough kid.
Yeah, and they're going to go for it here.
Well,
I
they
think.
don't have a choice right now. They gotta come up with this short passing game isn't working. Spike. I think they're gonna take a shot. Maybe not this play at some point here. Liberty's all over these short routes.
4th and 5. Tigers react. A long count. Now they look to
Timeout.
the sideline,
Yeah,
and they
big
have
play.
to use another timeout.
Big play.
Their second one in this second quarter.
And Liberty has worked on this, Spike. Liberty-Benton gets a lot of offsides calls. So Liberty's they've worked on this. This says, look, you watch the ball. I know that's something that, Jesse, you probably tell your kid, watch the ball.
Yeah.
That's easier said than done when you're in a hyped-up game like this. But say, hey, some scores. Blue Streak scored. They're down 14-7 to Hopewell Loudon. Barnesville and Wheelersburg 16. Wheelersburg 16. Barnesville 7. Cary now 14-0 over Paulding.
You say Cary is up over
Oh,
Paulding?
yeah, Cardinal Mooney 21, Garfield 6, and what's the last one? Genoa, now it's tied with Triway, 14 each.
Yeah. Triway looks good. They look good. You watch a little bit of their stuff. They got some speed, some big kids too.
I really like how our defense is reacting very quickly to all these little dekes and dukes and jives and bives.
Spike, they're not there. Those short routes are not there right now. Liberty's got these things. They're running them for them. They're going to have to take a shot at some point.
All right, 4th and 5. On the Liberty 25, heading around the right end, looking for running room. Slowed down there, breaks through a seam, breaks another tackle, and a good run by the quarterback down inside the 15-yard line. That's going to be enough to move the chains for an 11-yard gain on a first down.
Right now, Connor Barbara, like you said, Jesse, he's just improvising and taking the team on his back and says, okay, I got to get something here.
Yeah, I'm down a couple players here. Let's make a play. Someone for them got to step up, though. Liberty's not going to let this kid just keep going. They're going to figure something out here. There are going to be some adjustments on the next drive.
Double wide out to either side, out of the gun. Flips it over the middle, caught right away and hit.
Yeah, he dropped. Right through his
Sonnenberg
hands.
maybe got the first hit.
It went right through his hands, Spike. He dropped it right away.
Yeah.
Another a little bit low, but a catchable ball. He's got to make that play for his quarterback. But again, Spike, another one, a short route, little 5 yard.
Yeah.
We were right there, though. I mean, they're not going that 5 yards, it's getting tackled right now.
There could be some collision avoidance
Just
there.
the half a bubble off on the tosses and the failed catches, is that maybe Liberty Center's dominance on
that could be, the line, but also that prevents them from getting the yards after the catch, too, when you're off that a little bit, which helps us.
All right, again out of the gun. Little slant. That's going to be
Tipped
behind
again.
him. Incomplete.
Boy, we've been tipping a lot of
think that
balls.
Was that
Lonzak.
tip? It had to be tipped
I think it was
because it
Lonzak.
changed directions.
Yeah, it did.
Lonzak. So Liberty Center doing all those little things right, changing everything. And Liberty-Benton struggling to find an answer. They're in the red zone, though, on the 14.
And we got
3rd and 10.
confirmation from our sideline people that was tipped.
Okay.
You're right. It did change directions. Spike.
This is similar to last year. They get down here. They couldn't put it in last year. Let's see if they got something different here for us.
Okay. Now rolling hard left. Now turns it up. He'll run into a couple of Liberty Center Tiger tacklers. Gary Cruz, I believe, spearheading that one. And the Tigers react well. They only give up a
Field goal,
yard
Spike.
on 3rd down.
Yep, they got to get some points here, Spike. They got a good kicker. Huron Colina.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily adhere to this, but on the other hand, you got to get off a 0.
Yeah.
You got to get on the board if you're Liberty-Benton.
Hero Colina is their kicker. It's a good
All right,
kicker.
the spot at the 20-yard line, it'll be a 30-yard attempt, kick on the way. It's long enough and splits it good.
Boom, that thing.
So 21-3 now, Liberty-Benton on the board. We'll see now if that can change the Eagle momentum, if you will.
Yeah, I think that was critical there, Spike. I think they wanted to come away with more, but they had to come away with something.
Yeah, you got to get the score on the scoreboard first.
Yeah.
Then worry about winning it later.
I tell you, though, I think Jesse mentioned it. Liberty Center's going to have to make an adjustment. Connor Barbara really improvised on that entire drive and pretty much took the team on his back without some of his players that he's had all year.
I think what you're going to see is Gary and Jackson are going to be playing more on the outside edge there. That's your answer to Connor Barbara, is those two at the outside linebacker spot. You may give up something in the middle, but, I mean, with the line we have, I think you're okay in Max.
Yeah, good point. I like that.
Yeah, and I noticed that Cifuentes hasn't been in there. Schwegert's been at nose tackle for a little bit. But I love that. I mean, I don't know. I don't see Dippy anywhere down there. I mean,
looks fine.
He looks fine. But you got to love that, man. We just pound, and guess what? Next guy comes in, and it's the same thing.
All right, on the kick return, Henry Fitzenreiter out there in the middle, barking out orders and kicking out directions. All right, here we go.
Colina.
Back deep is Baden Hoppin Gray. Here's the kick. Wow, what a boomer. That's going to be...
Yeah,
that's
that was about 4
kick.
yards deep into the end zone.
Well, and
that was Old Crew back on the return team. I'm sorry.
I wasn't being facetious when I said you probably are going to see the two best kickers in Northwest Ohio tonight.
Yeah, you're right.
That was a bomb. Well,
Okay.
they got a spike. The only time they stopped us is on first down. We had a bobbled and put us behind the chains. Other than that,
Yeah.
Liberty's been pretty dominant thus far on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, Liberty Center's got 6.5 minutes to use here in this second quarter, and they certainly would love to have an extended drive here to eat up some clock. 21-3 Tigers. Single setback behind Cruz under center.
Wide open down the middle.
Got a man there. It's caught by
Baxter.
Barrett at the 40. Barrett slipped past one tackler.
He might
Right
go. He's
downfield,
gonna
blocking
go.
by Gray. It's Barrett down the sideline. The 20, the 10, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
He did not
It's a
get
Liberty Center Tiger.
No, we got him.
They got him. Must have been
Barbara.
at the 1 yard
Barbara
line.
ran him down and knocked him out just
What an
before the
effort by
pylon.
number 2, but what a nice play called by Liberty Center. They're Barrett wide open down the seam.
Doggone it. It was a 79-yard instead of 80-yard burst. Wow, what a job.
There, I think it is, yes, just at the 1.
Wow, Kreinbrink laid one on the money, and the Tigers had the Liberty-Benton defense
Connor Barbara, what a
coming
great
up to
play.
stop the run. All right, so now we're going to go power offense. We might see the I formation. Cole Spangler heading the way. Gary Cruz second, Moeller in the back. They're going to give it to Moeller. Moeller pounds off that right side, and he's into the end zone.
Wow,
He's
Cole
into the end zone.
Spangler.
Oh, the Liberty Center Tigers score again.
Wow.
Yeah.
I tell you what, you saw that right from the goal line. Cole Spangler just busted through that. Great work down there. A.J. Fairchild on the sidelines for us. And what a great shot. I'll tell you what, Liberty-Benton's exhausted. I'm looking at number 81, and he's just trying to figure out what the
81
heck
was
is going on.
lined up on Baxter's side, that long play there, and Baxter's kind of went right by him.
Tigers got that jumbo offense set there for this PAT kick. It's on the way. A line drive splits them. It's good. 28-3 Liberty Center now. And just gives Liberty-Benton a chance to get back and get a little something going. Yeah. But when you can add 7 points to your tally, I'll make that trade every day of the week.
Well, and I love Liberty Center's gameplay right now. You know, we talk about it being a chess match. I mean, that was a great call. Jesse saw it the minute it happened. That play action, everybody's going to 30, everybody's going to 3, everybody's looking for the misdirection, and 40 just runs right past the defender for wide open.
Wow.
Baxter's having a game, getting him the ball, a couple touches in space. He's done a nice job.
Well, you know, there's always that player that benefits from other players,
right?
And the focus not being on them. And Baxter Barrett is just like, hey, give it to me. I got this.
Yeah.
Well, and to your point, Mark, you're seeing it with Liberty-Benton also. They don't have 10, so it's the other guys that are usually the complimentary have to be the guys that's kind of different for them.
But again, Connor Barbara, what a great play. He was blocked.
Oh, what an effort.
Downfield, Ethan Gray kind of said, okay, I got you. I chipped you. And Barbara, I'll tell you what a game for him right now.
Yeah,
he is keeping Liberty-Benton, even any hope of this game is riding on his shoulders without his other weapons.
And you can just kind of see him lining up with the hands on the hips here. Liberty-Benton needs something good to happen. Liberty Center gets the ball at half. They got to make a play here.
That's a good point, too.
Yeah, I imagine Liberty-Benton's going to have to throw out all the stops now. Yeah, high end over end. That's going to go into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So Max Walker matches the other kickoff.
The heart and soul of the Liberty Center Tigers, Mad Max Walker. Hey, and you know, there's trivia, Spike. Who was the very first two-time Man of Steel winner? Mad Max.
Mad Max, yeah.
Hey, you got freshman Jack Ward getting a look here.
Oh, I
getting
like
some
Jack
action.
Ward.
Yeah, tough kid. Big game. Let's see what he does. I bet Jack is probably thinking, I just don't want to get one-on-one on the outside with
That's
Barbara.
right.
Is that 69?
Yes.
Okay.
Tell you what, he's a beast.
Oh, yeah, he's a good player.
All right, so the Tigers with that umbrella defense with the linebackers. And boy, they just
Ooh.
pound it up the middle. And that does not find a home. Another smackerino by the Tiger defense.
That
Lost the
was
yard.
Sonnenberg
with a great play. Yeah, we'll see that right from the line of scrimmage. Sonnenberg just comes through.
He
off
picks
the
him up
corner.
here. Watch this. Finishes it. Ooh.
Tell you what, Sonnenberg has been solid.
Yeah.
His brother was solid, too. You wouldn't think that, but, boy, those guys are hitters, just like the whole Tiger lineup. All right, they're quickly on the out, caught. And a gain of about 4 on the play, up to about the 25-yard line.
Mason Smith with a nice tackle.
Nice tackle.
Big 81 got the ball. Mason Smith just said, "Are you going to stop right here, my friend?"
I keep saying it and calling for it. They keep sitting down on these routes here. You know, I don't think you're going to see it on 3rd down and 4 here, but eventually Benton's going to have to take a shot.
Yeah, and it's got to happen in the last 5 minutes of this half.
Yeah.
You think somewhere. All right, out of the gun. Tigers show blitz.
Oh, man.
In trouble. He gets rid of it, but that's going to fall to nowhere.
Lonzak inviting him to church back there, Spike.
Well, I tell you what, Walker made sure he didn't invite him too long. He got him pushed away before he could get the crank, and then he verbally at him.
Spike, that's 2 times on 3rd down. We brought the blitz here and got home. Let's see what they do here. They're going to punt it.
I think we're going to probably have to rush with containment here.
Well,
yeah, we've only got 1 man back.
Thomas Moeller. That's an
as
interesting
the safety
thing.
is the set in punt return position. Snap.
Ooh.
He's going to get rid of it. A
Jeez.
line drive and takes a couple of bounces. And Moeller,
decision.
after the second bounce, had to wisely back away. So the Tigers will take over inside their own 35-yard line.
Kellen Weimer was on a mission.
Yeah, someone was right there.
Let's watch that. Oh, that was Lonzak.
Yeah, somebody almost went under their arm.
Yep, Jackson Lonzak.
Moeller wanted to pick that ball up and run
Well,
it, but
you know what?
used good judgment.
Liberty Center's been able to move the ball at will, Spike. I'm not sure I'd risk a momentum-type play for Liberty-Benton. And with 5 minutes left, they run 5 minutes on the clock. We'll take that.
Old Crew and Gray split out wide to the far side. Double wing set. In motion. Gary off the sweep. Kicks it to the outside. Still going. Breaks 1 tackle. Pounds across the 45 and up to the 48. A whole string of Tigers laying behind after blocking to open up that 16-yard gallop.
I'll tell you what, Max Walker pulled on that play and was out front and just blasted the corner.
Thomas Muller with a good block on that, too. And you see they're not letting Gary get the edge. Gary with a good job of cutting it back up.
Yeah. Everybody blocks for everybody, and they do it extremely well.
Yeah.
All right, Tigers with a double wide out to either side. Wing back over here, now motion to the ball. They're going to give it to the motion man. Kicking it outside.
Lonzak.
Takes it there. Lonzak breaks 1, slips past another one. Finally double yanked on either arm at the same time. Yanks him down at the 35-yard line.
There's a
That'll
wrinkle,
be a
Jess.
gain of 18 yards.
We've seen that play earlier in the year. We haven't seen it much lately.
Lonzak
It's a nice guy to get a jet sweep to.
did a good job of hanging on to the ball, too. He got one guy wrapped the ball up, one guy hit him. Did a great.
There ain't no team, and I emphasize the ain't, no team in the state of Ohio that's stronger pound for pound than Liberty Center. And we've seen evidence of that just on that run there. It did not get yanked out. All right, so the Tigers at the 40-yard line. Kreinbrink under center. They're going to give it to Mulder on a straight dive. Mulder dips and doos and dives, kicks to the outside, throws a straight arm, and finally pulled down inside the 15-yard line.
Kellen Weimer.
It'll be a gain of 21.
Cole, do you have that? Kellen Weimer just literally took his guy and just said, "Get out of here."
Oh, yeah,
Watch.
yeah.
Get
He's
outta
handling
here.
him forever.
There, my friend, is a Ohio State.
Uh-oh, the Tigers hustle to the line. They're going to run the quick play. They're going to run a pitch sweep to Gary coming around the right. Gary breaks one, runs over. No, it was a shoestring tackle made at the 10-yard line. Only a gain of 3, but boy, that had wide open play busted on it. All over play, written all over.
Nice tackle by Carson Griffin there for Liberty-Benton.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That was a great tackle. Gary, 99% of the time, will stiff-arm that away, but a good tackle. And I'll tell you about Liberty-Benton's defensive backs and their linebackers have made some good tackles.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of a magic powder play here with laced with power coming up now. Tigers showing everything.
Not in a hurry either.
Got a
They're
fade
gonna
route.
loft the
Watch this.
long
Go get
ball
one.
up there
Ooh.
and just overthrown.
Get that.
Tigers, for one of the few times tonight, have lined up
My
more.
bifocals can't see that far.
Well,
Ethan
that was a good throw by Caden. Put it where only his guy could go get it. Just a little bit out of the reach, it looked like.
It's a good time to showcase such a thing.
Yeah. Get him
All
thinking.
right. Gray will come out. Badenhop comes in to replace him.
Ethan Gray couldn't stop. He was over there by the truck stop in Napoleon
Yep.
when he turned
Walker
around.
on the right. Let's see. Henry Fitzenreiter, the guard on the left. In the backfield, Gary. He's going to get a ball on a straight power or straight dive.
Oh, my goodness. Weimer
Walker.
just...
No, that was Weimer.
Weimer.
Excuse me.
Weimer just said, hey, here's what an Ohio State left tackle will do.
We're going
Weimer's
speed.
starting to bounce people around tonight. He's, like you said, on a mission.
He's angry.
All right.
They're going to try to get him to jump
4th and
here. You might see a
5
field
now.
goal attempt. Let's see what happens.
Man, we
And
still
they
got
wait.
17 seconds. I think they're going to
Plenty
run
of time
clock.
on the play clock.
Yep.
2 minutes and clock running here in the second quarter.
Kreinbrink sneak.
They are going for it.
And he's
All
going
right.
to roll left, looking for the man out there.
Oh, he threw a pick.
And it may have been picked in the end zone. So Liberty Center will come away with nothing.
They were going to, I don't know. That was not a good decision by Caden Kreinbrink.
Well, he had a one-man route, and he had pressure in his face. He had to, at that point.
And it was fourth down.
It was
so you
fourth
take
down. He
that.
had to throw it. I don't know if there was anybody else coming on the backside, like on a drag. I didn't see anything. It looked like a one-man
I
route.
saw nobody. Nobody else was coming.
Yeah, good defense by the Liberty-Benton Eagles. So
Well, hey, you learn from whatever. So now we saw it, we did it, we saw it.
Well, I
It
think
just
Liberty.
goes into the memory
I think
banks.
Liberty Center just feels they've been able to move the ball.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take that shot. I think Liberty-Benton here now. Jesse, you've been calling for the long play, and they just haven't done it.
They're going to have to.
Has to roll right under pressure.
Nice
Gets
throw.
it out there, caught out beyond the 30-yard line. That's
Nice
a gain of
drag route.
13 and a Eagle first down.
Good route, tough play. They might have to go to him more with 10 out. I'm telling you, eventually 27 is going to go on a go here. I don't know. Let's see when it happens.
Empty backfield.
Took off.
Now he's going to try to sprint on a
Yeah.
draw back up the middle, and the Tigers close fast.
Well, that was who come off the edge there. 56.
Navarre.
Yeah,
Yep,
Navarre
Lucas
come
Navarre
off the
in
edge,
there
made a
with
great
good-
play.
Good stop.
All right, I tell you what, you're already starting to see some other Liberty Center defenders in there.
Now,
You know.
Schwager still at nose tackle. All right, 2nd down and 9. Just over a minute left. On the quick
Man,
slam,
Weimer.
gets that, extends that long length reach, knocks it away. How many have we deflected tonight?
Man,
At least
Wow.
3.
at least 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah. Gary's had a couple.
Yeah.
I probably
Lonizak had one.
Lonizak, yeah.
That's at least 4, Spike, that I can think
At
of.
least, yeah. All right, 3rd down and 9 with the clock stopped with a minute 4.
Yeah, I think part of that taking that long ball is pressure. We're getting pressure with 3.
Well, you're going to see him take 2 steps and just throw it. Hopefully his guy runs under it.
Here comes a blitz. Flip to the outside and hit right away. Let's give Sonnenberg a lot of credit for that dropped ball. He hit him right when the ball got there, and there was no way with that.
Yeah, he was all over this route.
Diesel.
Let's take a look at it. He was on the route.
See Isaiah seeing the pass come, steps off his guy, comes up, help.
I tell you what, Isaiah Badenhop right now, man, he's having a game.
Yeah, he's growing up.
Yeah.
He doesn't want. He's the starting point guard on basketball. He doesn't want basketball season to start.
Nope.
He's not just a basketball player playing football. Right now, he's a football player.
Yep. And fourth down. That's a good timeout.
Yeah, they have to. They got to go for it.
Yep. And Liberty Center just been dominant. This first half really has been. Liberty-Benton has been dominated in this first half, and I think at halftime, Coach Garlock, he's been in some battles.
Yeah.
He's been in some battles, but this is very, very similar to the last game that we played against Liberty-Benton. They were able to move the ball from the 20 to the 20. But then when they, one play happens, a fumble happens, interception happens, drop passes. I mean, Connor Barbara has had a heck of a game. He might be a nominee for Man of Steel. Right now, he's been their pillar. Well, you know what? But the drop passes have also hurt Liberty-Benton.
They've dropped 3 or 4 balls to keep.
I like the multiple shirts to be given out.
You would give everybody a shirt, Spike. Get out of here.
But if we can spare the budget, they might have to consider that one.
They are punting it here. So Liberty's got 3 timeouts left here. Under a minute. You got Thomas back again.
I don't think I'd still give him the opportunity.
No, I think this is our fake defense here. To prevent the fake, I should say.
Motion. I think 51 lifted up on the line of scrimmage for the
Spike, if you look, we don't have our punt. This isn't our punt return. This is our first team defense out there. That's why Thomas is back there. Ethan and Isaiah are out on the outside guys.
There's your adjustment, Jesse.
Yeah, there it is. Probably what happened last time. We didn't catch it.
Yeah, I think you're right because Thomas was back there. Like he just went free safety 40 yards back.
Yep. After that, they got that fake punt and got it. I think Liberty Center's just playing defense.
And Barbara runs. Moeller's going to come downhill real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they have to punt here. They can't afford to not get this ball down the field.
All right. Low snap, good field, line drive kick.
Moeller's
going to take it at the 40-yard line. Follows a great block, cuts it to
cut.
the outside.
Backside, there's nobody there.
Heading around the wrong way. He's got a wall. He's heading down the sideline at the 20, the 10, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liberty Center Tiger touchdown on a 60-yard punt return. The hits just keep on coming.
Ouch. The last thing that the Eagles needed right there, guys.
What a cut by Thomas. He had everybody flowing to the right side, our right side.
Yeah, let's look at it again. Watch the punt.
Had a cutback, and there was nobody. We had a wall on the left side still. We still had guys over there.
Yep, Gray with enough to screen here.
Watch this cut right there. Boom.
Yep. What a cutback. I mean, that was just a wall of blockers.
Badenhop did his job, screened his
Gary
man off.
Cruz
and
out front.
Moeller to break through 2 tacklers and reverse his field. And here's the snap. The kick is up, and it is good. It's 35-3, Liberty Center, with only 42 seconds left. And Liberty Center has moved the ball under every imaginable possibility here tonight.
Yeah.
Well, Spike, they came in a little deflated with an injury, and then he went out early with another injury, number 10, and the body language here on Liberty-Benton not looking good. But you got another half. Let's see what happens here with 42 seconds.
Let me ask this, and not to try to pick anything out here, but you're lacking 2 good players.
Oh,
and let
2
them
of their best.
go on offense and what they maybe could have done. But Liberty Center's offense, I'm not sure that anybody would have made a big difference.
I'm going to be the devil's advocate here. None of that matters to me. Yes, it is true. Yes, we never want an athlete to get hurt. We always want the best game. But you know what? You got to play.
Yeah.
So, and Jesse said it earlier, these receivers got to make a play for their quarterback.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
Great
they've got to
point.
make a play for their quarterback. And I think
and
Coach
they-
Garlock,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know him. I know of him. I know people that know him. He doesn't mince words.
No.
And I bet that halftime speech, he's got to tell. You got to make plays for him.
All right, here's Walker. Line drive kick. That's got a lot of length,
That's
and it's
5
into
yards.
the end zone. Oh, boy, a lot of
A little extracurricular activity.
Yeah, let's get the number of that.
That's Brady Badenhop over there on the far side,
Brady,
tangled up
yeah,
with big
tough
number
kid,
81.
Number 5.
They don't care.
Yeah, mixing it up with the big guy.
Yeah, I think Connor Barbara has played his heart out right now.
Man.
And he needs some players to step up.
Yeah, not getting a lot of help. All right, 35-3.
You got one-on-one on the outside up top there.
He's got to go for
No,
it.
he's not
Quarterback's
gonna.
going to keep it. Gets
Well,
around to the outside
oh,
and
nice
hit.
tackle.
Wow! Stop momentum right now. Bang in one place. End of
Ethan
story.
Gray.
Ethan
Gray
Gray.
on another hit.
I tell you
Nice
what,
hit.
that was an abrupt halt.
Yeah.
There, Ethan Gray's another one that he ain't no more a basketball player playing football. He's a football player.
You know, Mark, that's an abrupt halt. You're right, but 2 still didn't go down.
Yeah.
I mean, he's playing his heart out tonight.
I tell you what, we may give him a Man of Steel shirt.
He's
Honorary.
Honorary,
impressive.
buddy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, he's the steel beam. He's the heart and soul of this team right now.
All right, back to
There he
throw.
goes.
Throws the home run ball. Got a man out there.
Yeah.
Caught if it's in bounds at the 40-yard line.
Well, that's the end of the half.
Okay, well, it went. It goes more or less for
It
naught.
isn't going to matter.
No, and I can't believe they waited till then to try that.
You've been talking about it the whole half, and
Yeah, 27's the fastest guy on the field.
first
And we got
series
man
of
up
the-
on him up top
Are
the
they
whole
going to
game.
give him a play?
Are they saying he's out of bounds?
Yeah.
well, they're
Coach
bringing
Mueller
the
was
chains
going
One
back.
second.
there.
Look at.
1 second.
Well, you got a Hail Mary attempt coming here. Tatum Murdoch subbing in here. Safety.
Oh, every single one of our safeties are in, all 5 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got 5 guys all standing
Well,
back there at the 5-yard line.
And here's what's bad about this, Spike. Our front 3 is still going to penetrate.
Oh, their ears are pinned back.
Yes,
they
they
don't have to
are.
worry about a run play here. There is no gap responsibility.
All right.
Watch
back
Cowan.
To throw. Head
Yep.
straight.
Oh.
Kellen
Deegan.
Weimer brings him down.
Deegan.
Along with Deegan Schwager. Kellen Weimer forced him to come up inside. Deegan Schwager from the men inside makes a
Let's
big
watch
play.
it.
The big man on the tackle.
Boy, I'll tell you what. Schwager, watch this play, Spike.
Yeah.
I mean, he just bull rushed.
Oh, yeah. Wrapped him up. That's the way they tackled in 1944 when Kip Kern was on the field.
All right, well, that's halftime here at Rexlinger Stadium, Kip Kern Field. Liberty Center dominating right now, 35-3, and we'll be back after this halftime break.
gentlemen, led onto the field by Senior Field Commander Jay Lincoln, please welcome the 2025 Liberty-Benton Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Tom Holden, with Assistant Director Mr. Jack Gottschalk, Concussion Advisor Mr. Michael Conley, and Color Guard Advisor Ms. Camo Litton. The Liberty-Benton Marching Band is proud to present its 2025 show, Pirates of the Caribbean, with popular themes from Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, including the medallion called The Black Pearl, He's a Pirate, and many more fan favorites. The show will feature flugelhorn soloist Sam Fredericks, color guard soloist Willie Meek, and color guard soloist Landon Fleck.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the marching pride of Tiger Country, the Liberty Center Tiger Marching Band. Our first song this evening was released in 1986 on the hit soundtrack from Top Gun. Hold on tight as the band takes you on a highway to the danger zone. Drum Major Carly Ordway, is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, Tiger Marching Band. For our next tune, the band would like to invite you to join us this coming Monday, November 17th at 1900 or 7 p.m. for you civilians for the annual Sounds of the Stadium concert at the main building auditorium. This turning band's released top out at 25 in the U.S. in 1984 and helped the Scorpions on the U.S. charts, helping it become the 18th greatest hard rock song of all time. Hold on to your seat as the band rocks you like a hurricane. Our final tune was released in 1984 and reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. This iconic song immortalized Peter, Ray, Egon, and Winston. We're going to call Ghostbusters. Good luck as always.
All right, we're back. We're the second half here from Rex Lindgren Stadium, Kip Kern Field. And Jesse, I tell you what, we talked about Connor Barbara being the heart and soul of this team. He's 7 of 20 for 69 yards passing. He's got 10 rushes for 69 yards. They only have 70 yards rushing total.
Yeah, one-man wrecking crew for them.
132 yards total of offense, and he's got them all.
Yeah.
Except for 1 yard.
That's incredible. And that he's playing his heart out tonight, man. I mean, he's, without 10 and 20, it's kind of hard to, for him to do a whole lot. He needs a couple, like we talked about, he needs some kids to make some plays for him here.
Well,
see
he
what they
also
got.
leads the team in tackles with 4.
Yeah.
The other Barbara kid has 4 also. So between the two of them, they only have 10 or 12 registered tackles. They have 8 of the 12. So just not going Liberty-Benton's way right now. The field goal, Hero Kalina, 30-yarder. That was actually an excellent kick. And then his kickoffs, I'd say what, again, we're seeing the 2 best kickers in Northwest
Yeah, him and
Ohio.
Max are, if you're here to watch kicking, him and Max are putting on a clinic.
Yep. Liberty Center totaling 295 yards of offense in that verse to 132. So
Wow.
more than double their offense. And again, that happened when we played Liberty-Benton before. They were able to move the ball.
Right.
The 35-3 score is not indicative of the yardage here.
Correct. And we talked about you can't let them get the explosives, and for the most part, we've held ground on that. They haven't got them.
Yep. Caden Kreinbrink 5 of 9 for 123 yards. On the ground, Thomas Moeller 7 attempts for 81 yards. Garrison Cruz 8 attempts for 72 yards, and Baxter Barrett 2 for 23 yards. 176 yards on the ground for the Tigers. Receiving, Gray's got a catch. Isaiah Badenop's got 2. Garrison Cruz got 1. Baxter Barrett's got that long one for 79 yards, which was a great play. I'm trying to find tackles here. Max Walker, here's an interesting kicker stat. 6 kickoffs, 398 yards.
For Max?
Yeah. 312 yards net because he had a touchback.
Okay. Yeah.
He kicked it his longest they haven't registered at 70 yards. How does that happen? I guess it would be, wouldn't it? Kick it 5 yards into the end
When we
zone.
talked about the one, Mark, with the 15-yard penalty, we were hoping just to, hopefully don't get it much past the 30, and our kickoff team kept them at the 28, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a heck of an effort there by the special teams on that play.
Ethan Gray, 5 tackles to lead the team. Tatum Murdoch, I'll tell you what, 4 tackles. Right now, Tatum Murdoch is having just a heck of a game.
Tatum
for
showing
Liberty
up
Center.
on the special teams, man. There's another player, sophomore, kind of earning his bones there on the special teams. You'll see him a lot next year. You probably see him maybe at the rover position or a sniper, somewhere in there. Tatum will see the field.
Yeah.
Offensively, probably, too, a little bit.
So Liberty Center more than doubling up on the offensive totals against Liberty-Benton. And, you look at Liberty-Benton, and they got to come out with something here in this first drive, I think.
Liberty Center gets the ball here, so they're on defense to start. So they got to get a stop. Liberty scores here, and this thing's going to get uglier.
What does Spike say? Give your name to the clerk.
Hey, you guys were mentioning Tatum Murdoch. Unofficially, he is now tied for 3rd on the team in solo tackles. Tied for the 3rd. tied fourth
For the season? Or
for the season.
Oh, my. I
Jack
didn't know
Tatum
that.
Murdoch.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a nose for the ball.
He does. I'll tell you what a great. Coach Moeller and I talked today on the 50 about, the depth and the reps, and as much as we needed tested, I think what happened this year for Liberty Center is we were able to build so many reps for the twos, the threes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I say that as respectfully as I can, because they'd be ones for 90% of teams in the NWAL.
Well, how many teams would love to have Tatum Murdoch?
Yeah.
Right? He's
whole
not starting
game,
offense or
48
defense for
minutes.
us right now.
Yeah. And it is nice also Deegan Schweigert coming off that concussion protocol. Last week was kind of a precautionary thing. They didn't feel like they wanted to risk it. He was cleared, but he didn't play. But this week, man, he's making up for lost time. Schweigert filling in.
Hey,
and
now-
he was the man to fit the bill for the way this game is going. It turned into what Liberty-Benton has to turn it into a track meet, and you need some speed out
Our
there.
defensive three are just nasty right now.
Well, we haven't seen Dippy in a couple series. I don't know if he got dinged up or what happened to him.
High, deep
All right,
kick.
catch
That's
it.
going to come back, taken at the 1 yard line.
Isaiah
Gordon's
wants
going
it.
to return it right up the middle
Oh.
and pounds his way up to the 20-yard line. A pretty credible return, seeing that we ran right into the teeth of the defense.
I like when Isaiah gets the ball on anything. He's kind of fearless out there, Spike. He'll hit that hole quick, and if he takes a shot, he takes a shot.
Oh, yeah, because if you hit that sliver just right, buddy,
Yep.
it's 100 yards
Yeah.
of real estate.
And we've seen that from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a home run hitter for us.
All right, so Liberty Center comes out here. They're going to have the ball on the 18-yard line to start this second half after the kickoff. So it's going to be Gary lined up straight behind Crime Brink. Moeller off to the right. Give to Moeller on a dive. Straight up the middle. Breaks through and
Oh, nice
Now
cut.
cuts to the outside and hit from behind. Catching up to the football. A gain of 15 yards for Moeller. And the Tigers move the chains.
Spike, I want to point something out. 81 now is kind of a linebacker outside 16. So what happened is we started getting the edge on some of these plays, and you see them shading outside, and then those quick dives in the middle. That's why there's no one home. You get to that front side linebacker.
Yeah. This is the power and the glory of Liberty Center
Yeah,
football.
you see 81 out there now, 16 on the other side. They don't want anything come. Well, he just
Oh,
caved
the
in.
little reverse
Uh-oh.
coming back this
Ah,
way.
there's
That's
a
right,
business
Black kicks it
decision.
outside. That's Barrett. Barrett on the way, hitting on his right. No, it's Gary. I'm sorry, Gary down to the 30. Followed up. Weimer out there and Walker out there. What two more valiant young men to lead the pack.
What is Weimer? 6'5", 265 pounds,
Look at him
maybe?
get out in front, swinging. Well, he might have got away with one looking at that.
Yeah, he might have, but
He turned his back on him, though.
But yeah, he was retreating. It
You know,
was
just I was telling you, 16 and 81 were on the edge. 16 kind of caved in there for some reason, gave us the edge.
6'5",
right,
270-pound guy, and he's running downfield, blocking for your running back.
All right,
Running a
Moeller with
4.9.
Single
Yeah.
set back now. Double wing set. And the Tigers run. Now they're going to run some clock.
No, they didn't restart the play clock.
Ah, I see.
So
Oh, they got to delay a game call.
No, I know. But did they?
Well, now this guy's winding. Okay.
Ew. Well, we're penalized 5 yards. Well,
That's interesting.
That seemed like a quick play clock, didn't it?
I don't know.
yeah,
Either that or they started it way before they spotted the ball. But go back to Kellen Weimer, running NFL combine speeds, full blast downfield.
Moeller in the backfield. They're going to run a pitch
Look at
sweep.
Baxter
Cuts
kick.
it outside. Baxter Barrett cuts it in.
Baxter
now
is not
going to
be denied tonight,
Hits down
guys.
the sideline. And
What a
finally
run.
brought down after a gain of 18 yards on the play. The Tigers get that 5-yard penalty back and more.
Isaiah
10.
Badenhop, 35 yards down the field, blocking the number 4, their corner, into the corner of the end zone.
Well, it's Trice now, though. Baxter come up limping. You don't want to see that. He's having a game here, man.
He is. I tell you what,
Explosive.
he's on the campaign train for the Man of Steel.
Sometimes when you wear them braces, it isn't necessarily your knee. That brace rubs or hit
Yeah.
it wrong, and
Yeah.
that could be what it is.
All right,
See if
Tigers-
you readjust it here.
Boy, Ethan Gray out here on an island.
No, we had a procedure call. I'm going to assume.
Offsides.
Oh, no, offside. They must have lined up offsides. I didn't see anybody jump.
Yeah, it was 14, I think, Spike, and he did it earlier, and they didn't call it. He got back. As soon as they go in motion, for whatever reason, he kind of jumped.
Well, and he's got that, what is that cover called? The, they get a name for it, the halo cover or something.
Oh, yeah.
So he's got that helmet cover on concussion stuff, so he's easy to spot.
All right, Tigers come out with that single setback Mulder. You got Gray out here wide to this side of here. Now motion. They're going to give it on a dive to Mulder. Mulder cuts off
16,
one.
didn't
Pounds
want
there.
it. Oh,
What a
my
spin move.
goodness.
Dives into the end zone. It's a Liberty Center Tiger touchdown. Unbelievable. No, wait a minute. No,
Yeah.
it is a Liberty
You're
score. They did not wave that down.
What a cut.
Mulder.
A spin
spinning
move.
Cole,
like a
please tell me we
pirouette.
can see that one again.
Wow.
Watch this cut right from the camera on the sideline, Spike.
He's going to spin.
He spin moves. Watch this. Whoop.
Well, there wasn't much.
And he went ahead and put the
Resistance
hand
there.
down to keep his balance. He didn't hot dog it into the end zone and roll over.
I'm thinking, Spike, you can give your name to the clerk.
Yeah, I guess. And Walker drives that one. That one didn't even stop at Treva's back porch.
Yeah,
There it
no,
is,
you just
Treva.
won Jesse $3 or something. We
Yeah.
bet that you'd mention Treva.
Yep. Treva Stevens. Well, let's see what we do here. There, this game looks to be getting out of hand. What Liberty does as far as starters.
Yeah, we're going to see. I believe I see
And
Perry out there. He'll assume the kickoff duty.
Yeah,
We've
and
got Jake Way out there.
the winner of this game will take on the winner of Genoa and Triway. And right now, Genoa's up 21-14, but Triway is in the red zone looking to score to tie it up, and they're in the third.
He knows it. Oh, yeah, I gotcha. Who is that?
He wants to know who's winning. They want to know who's winning the game. We got people looking. We've got things running in the booth here. We've got a game up. We've got the Genoa game. So now we're on a running clock here.
Perry
And
down to the 12-yard line, return toward this side.
number
Now
2
breaks
on the
one
return.
tackle, and the
He's
Tigers
doing it all.
swarm him down there at the 30-yard line. All right, Tigers are going to go with a lot of.
okay, I'm going to say this right now. Whether he wants it or not, Connor Barbara is getting a Man of Steel T-shirt. It is orange, and he might not like it, but I'm going to tell you what, he has earned every bit of that.
Yeah. All right, clock running. 6 minutes to go here in the third. 42-3. Out of the gun with a wide out to either side. Lobs it out there.
And
And that's gonna be
Sonnenberg.
Sonnenberg right there to make the hit. No gain on the play. Sonnenberg all over that. Smelled it, read it, and digested it.
Sonnenberg probably gives up about 60 pounds.
He even went high there and got him down. I thought he'd go for the
I think we got
legs.
a backup quarterback in there, don't we?
No,
No,
he's-
Tuesday.
No, Connor Barbara's still in there.
Okay.
He runs over to the sideline and gets the play.
Ah.
Also returns kicks.
Punts.
Everything.
All right, a lot of the Tiger defenders still out there. Now, two-step drop, looks a little draw.
I don't know that I'd
And
want him
pound
to do
forward
that.
For about 4.
You got
I don't think they have very many options.
You know,
a lot of players in there. Ty Jackson now for the Tigers.
Yeah.
You've
Adam
got
Foster.
Adam Foster. You've got I think is it 26?
Levi Orth,
Orth.
Yeah, Orth.
Jackson Ward, Braxton Light, Cole Spangler's now at the middle linebacker there.
all right, out of the gun, 5 wideouts. They're going to throw it underneath, and that's going to be hit
Good
right
tackle
away.
by Ty. They
Ty
got the first.
Jackson met him right there, so a gain of, they're going to call it a first down, gain of 7.
That's a nice route. Navarre checks in. Bachelman. Oh, let's take Hunter Spangler out and put Sawyer Bachelman in.
Yeah.
You know,
It's almost
Sawyer-
not fair.
Sawyer has really came into his own, Bachelman, his second half of the year.
His footwork and his hand speed has been notable.
Yeah,
Better,
he has
better.
really improved. All right, so from the 41-yard line, 4 minutes left here in the third. They're going to do
Oh, he
the
got
out
him.
route up there and overthrown. Sonnenberg got over there late, but managed to help defend that.
I think Sonnenberg knew where the sideline was. He was late on the play, but I think he kind of gauged it a little bit.
And that might not have been Sonnenberg's man to begin with.
It looked like the corner passed him off there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a
I think you're
miscommunication.
right.
Foster kind of stayed up in the flats on the front guy on that route.
Yeah. Connor's
I think
not
they're worried about
Connor.
him not throwing it and taking off and running.
Yeah.
And
Yep,
they need
Caden's
to get
defense.
outside. They don't have anybody out on 81.
Now they got it readjusted.
Man up,
Out of the gun,
27.
they fake the
Little
play action,
screen.
throw
You
it
can't throw a
underneath,
high.
And right there, what a job! What an open field tackle. That was
Foster.
Adam Foster. Picture book, textbook tackle right around the ankles.
Might have
Didn't
been-
bother to try to muscle him. Took him low and took him down.
I'll tell you, one of the players I love watching right now, Cole Spangler, comes in and just basically he takes Mad Max's spot, and he's the junior heart and soul of the team, and just takes over at linebacker.
All right, third down and 12 now from their own 39.
Reverse. Pass. Oh, and he stopped his route.
Oh, they're going to get him.
Oh, my.
Oh.
No.
I don't know.
It was.
I don't think it was I think it was uncatchable.
I don't know if that's a high school rule or not.
Probably
to be
grabbed
honest.
him.
He did.
Yeah,
I didn't know if the uncatchable ball rule was.
Well, the thing is, he stopped his route, though. He didn't keep going. I know Ty tackled up with him, but I think he stopped his route on his own first.
That could be, but he definitely had a big handful of jersey.
Yeah. And that's probably that play right now I think is indicative of what Liberty-Benton has to do. They got to try to get something. Do I think they're going to score 39 points in a quarter on Liberty Center? I do not.
No.
And I think the Triway Genoa game is now all knotted up at 21. Triway just scored.
All right. Quarterback
Watch this
keeper heading
speed.
around the outside. Run down there by Jackson.
Good job by Tatum to hold
And
up.
a gain of about 10 yards. That'll move the sticks, I believe.
Boy, and Eric Weimer just ran down the field. I don't know if somebody said something on the Liberty Center sidelines, and Eric Weimer was not going to have it. Tell you, Liberty-Benton with a great season, and like I said, I don't want to hear the stuff about strength of schedule, whatever. They just dominated teams up to this point, Spike.
Yeah, oh yeah, this was a good team. This is a good team.
And Barbara
All
is
right, little draw, run right up the middle, and finally brought down after a 10-yard gain.
yeah, Connor Barbara is
Yep,
a
that
junior,
was,
6 foot 170 junior. He's going to be a menace next year, Spike.
Yeah. Murdoch.
Yeah, Murdoch again.
Murdoch now, I think, is might be have taken over third place on the team in solos.
A non-starter.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things Casey always says, no matter how many reps you get, make them your best reps.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, there's the epitome of that.
All right, wing right set. Moving the ball,
Ooh,
keeps
cap
it.
it.
There it is.
Takes it
Ooh,
right,
here we
goes
go.
left. Takes on a couple tacklers and bangs his way down inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 for Liberty-Benton.
But Adam Foster is just, he's hangry.
He's mixing it up
Somebody
tonight.
give that boy a sandwich or something because he's angry.
Yeah. Braxton Light comes off. Jake Way, number 35, comes in.
And that'll be
that'll
the
end
end
the
of 3.
quarter.
Yep. All right, Liberty Center's up big, 42-3, fourth quarter coming, and we'll be back right after this.
This 2025-26 Tiger Sports Live broadcast is brought to you by KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, Pisanello's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Swanton Welding, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, Gerald Grain, Hill Asphalt, Mason Hill Construction, Engler Auctions, Dental Health Associates of White House in Sylvania, and Fessenden Hardware of Swanton.
All right, we're back here at the start of the fourth quarter. A couple scores. We got Genoa and Triway's all knotted up at 21. Triway just went on a long drive to knot it up. Other scores, Nelsonville 10, Columbus Academy 7, Archibald down 14 to Hopewell Loudon's 30. Cary 34-0 over Paulding. Central Catholic in our area big over Wapak 34-0. Wheelersburg 22. Barnesville 13, that's still close. And Columbus Grove 21, Lima Central Catholic 6, that's a surpriser. Poland Seminary and Girard 14-14. And like I said, Genoa and Triway now all knotted up at 21 going into the getting ready to go into the fourth quarter.
What was that Archibald score? 30-14.
30-14.
Yeah.
Hopewell Loudon's tough. They've got a platoon of kids like Liberty Center.
Yeah.
All right, so we're here for the fourth quarter. Clock running already. First and 10 out at the 14. They're going to throw deep, high lob, defended well, but incomplete over there in the corner.
Ty
Jackson.
Yeah, he would have had to really lay that on a penny to make that catch.
You know, and I expect that, Jesse, maybe you did too. We should have seen that earlier. I think that's a distinct advantage with his height. I mean, he's listed at 6'4", 225-pound senior. I mean, that's a big boy.
Yeah, we thought they'd maybe take a chance sooner here, but.
All right, 3rd and 10 from the 13. 10.5 minutes. Rolling right.
Got a wheel route to 4.
Route. Now throws it out route. That's going to be caught. Cuts past 1 and pounds his way down to about the 2-yard line.
That's a good wheel route.
That was a good wheel. Then he came back. He stopped the wheel. They had it initially. Then he turned around and came back and caught it.
Yeah, Dakota Sabo over there with a saving tackle. Jake Way in there now at linebacker. This is probably going to be a quarterback run to the right there. They're lined up heavy on the right side.
And
all
motion.
Right, now motion. Quarterback's going to keep it, tries to zig his way through, and nothing doing there. Liberty Center now stops him there at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play. So the Tigers holding some viciousness now.
So the winner of this game will play the winner of Genoa and Triway. And that's all knotted up. And speculation on where we would play. If we play Triway, it could be Fremont or Cary.
Okay.
Or not Cary.
I don't even know where Triway is. Mark,
Worcester.
I can't chime in.
It could be
all right, quarterback
Clyde.
fakes it, keeps
There he
it,
is.
runs it into the end zone. It's a Liberty-Benton Eagle touchdown.
Mr. Everything for them tonight.
Yeah, you know, you want to see that no touchdown keep going for Liberty, but if there's one kid that's earned a touchdown tonight, it's number 2 for Liberty-Benton. Man, he's played hard.
Absolutely. Finish my thought is it would, if we play Triway, if they should be victorious, I'm assuming Liberty's going to be victorious here, it will either be at Fremont or Clyde, because Clyde is about exactly halfway between Worcester and Liberty Center. Should it be Genoa, could be Lake, could be Perrysburg. Both of those teams are now no longer in the playoffs. So
We played him at Lake before, right? That's where the Brendan Morris catch.
Yes, the last play on earth.
Yeah, that's where that was.
I thought Spike was going to have a heart attack that day.
How many times have you said that the last 20 years? You thought Spike
Well,
was
you
going to have a heart attack that
I don't
day.
want to speak for him, but I'm not sure he could figure out a better way to go.
Well, yeah, that's right, especially at this stage.
And you know what? If they coded you, I would just say good night, good Tiger Sports. We're out.
Bring it.
I'm going to say that at your funeral if you die before me. Good night. Good Tiger Sportsman. We're up there and close the casket.
Yep, all done.
You don't need nothing more than that.
I ain't going to put a check mark in that box yet.
Me neither.
I'm going to wait a few weeks.
And again, should Liberty Center be victorious, we will do everything we can to bring you the game live, but there's a lot of money and a lot of politics involved. One way or another, we'll be there. It's just a matter of what we'll be able to do.
All right, here's the approach. The left-footed kick,
Whoa.
long end over end. That's
JT.
taken there at the 1-yard line. Return straight ahead. Good wall of blockers. Now battles through, but Genoa, good job. One single man.
That was 14.
Number 14 made a nice play.
Yeah, busted through there.
That is a Guardian cap on that helmet is
There you
what
go.
that's called.
Oh, yeah.
Braden Bell, Jr.
Yeah, he's made a couple good plays. So now Max Perry will come in at quarterback, number 9 for the Tigers. Cole Spangler. It's Cole Spangler time, Spike.
Yeah.
Hey, stay tuned. We do have a running clock, so we'll still go pretty fast. 32. Do we go back down to a not running clock?
Nope,
Decatur
still 30.
Sabo
We're good.
spread out wide over here. Tiger's going to give the ball right up the middle. And let's see, that may have been Spangler. He got up a couple yards up to the
I think that
20-yard
was
line.
Braxton Light.
Oh, Light.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Liberty-Benton still have their ones in there, rightfully so. Seniors, this is going to be their last high school game. We appreciate that, and what a great season for them. Nobody likes to lose, and I think when the sting of that wears off, I think they can appreciate the season they had this year.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
A heck of a team. You're down two of your 5 best players for sure. It's tough.
Wing left set. They're going to run the pitch sweep, kicking it outside.
Ty.
A lot of running
There
room
goes
there.
Ty.
Up the sideline, Ty Jackson at midfield.
Oh, no.
Still going. And finally tripped
That
up
might
and
have
knocked down
It was
at the
Brady.
35-yard line.
That might have been a tackle by Brady.
He was just down trying to block, and they got
Yep.
their feet caught up. That's
45 yards. Boy, he got outside and laid a great seal block out there, and he was off to the races. 6:16 to go, and that Tiger number 2 unit in there looking for blood.
Stay tuned at the conclusion of the game for the Swanton Welding post-game show. We'll name the Man of Steel.
All right, motion this way out of the double wing. We're going to run that jet sweep.
Isaac.
Takes on a tackle.
Look at Isaac.
Norris
Good run.
dances and prances and picks up 4 more down to the 30-yard line.
Spike, we're just platooning kids in the game.
Yeah.
What a luxury Liberty Center has right now, and they've earned it.
Yeah.
And Liberty
Second
Benton,
down and 3 after the gain of 7.
yep, still with their ones in the game, and I understand that fully.
Yep. Jackson and Light in the backfield. Give off to Light. And Light gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
I'll tell you what, Braxton Light is one of those kids, Spike, Light. Is one of those kids that have waited his turn.
Yeah.
He's a senior. He's played a support role. He's played a special teams role. He's played running back. He is one of those kids that you'd love to have 15 of them in your program.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tell me what you need me to do, Coach. I'm good.
He's a hard-nosed kid in practice, I'll tell you that. All right, 42-10 Liberty Center here in the final 5 minutes of the game. Motion this way. And they're going to pound it just on a quick hitter, a dive play right up
Jackson.
the middle, pounding and
Ty
grinding.
run hard.
And a gain of about 7 yards, and that's going to be enough for a Tiger first down. What hard running. Wow.
Wow, Genoa just
Ty
scored on
Jackson.
Triway. They're now up 27-21. Boy, would Genoa love another shot at Liberty Center, wouldn't they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot of blood there. That goes back for the last 9 years ago we ran into them.
Yep.
Was it that long ago already?
Well,
7?
Brendan Morris is our UPS guy
Yeah.
in Maumee. so-
Yeah, Brandon Morris. All right, Tigers under center. Looking for a place to prance and not much running in there.
got a
Liberty-Benton
lot-
bringing everybody.
Force-
42-10. Who'd have thunk it? I never dreamed it would be a blowout for Liberty. I expected Liberty to win, but I expected a
And
tight game.
if you're out there listening, what did I say? 42-14, brother.
Yeah.
So you were off then, Mark.
I know.
It's 42-10.
They need a field goal and they need two safeties.
They need 2 safeties is your best chance.
Wow, 41-6 carry over Paulding. Oh, big. Now, Genoa and Triway, whoever's doing their game doesn't have a clock on that on their header. It just says fourth quarter for Genoa and Triway.
Did Genoa miss an extra point? We got the game going here. Is
Yeah,
that what that
they
happened?
missed the extra point.
Okay, so that could loom large in that game.
Wheelersburg, I know the Wheelersburg game was getting close, too. Do you have an update on Archibald's score? You know, Hopewell Loudon is, Blue Streak's 14, Hopewell Loudon Chieftains 30, Cary 34, Paulding 6, Central Catholic 41-7 over Wapak. That's a big win for Central Catholic. And is it Wheelersburg now 29, Barnesville 13. So Wheelersburg now starting to pull away.
Wheelersburg has a big win early in the year over Ironton, right? That was Ironton's loss in the
Yep.
regular season.
Yes, it
was
was.
Wheelersburg.
Yep.
All right, so the Tigers come out. Perry, or under guard. Hand off to Light.
Oh, Jakeway.
No,
Look
Jakeway.
out.
Jakeway.
Oh,
Oh,
what a
my
move.
goodness.
That one's still going. Now
Oh,
we
we got
got some late
flags.
flags. I want to see that on the replay
Oh,
because I
my
lost the ball
goodness,
carrier.
Jakeway.
A little shimmy there, Spike. Step in, jump back
Boy.
out. Watch this. Gonna cut
Yep.
in. Watch how
Hands
quick.
up.
Boom.
Oh, what a move. Jeez, he
You know,
pinged right and banged left. Woo-hoo, baby. All right.
go
so
back and get your socks because they're still laying there.
Yeah.
Must
Yeah.
have been a hold,
Yeah,
so it's
holding.
from the spot.
But what a run by
Yeah.
Jakeway. You think this second unit wants to score, Spike?
Oh, yeah, they can feel it. They're playing against the ones. All right, 2:39, clock running. Perry on a straight,
Drew.
hands off on a straight
Silvas.
dive.
Silvas.
Yeah, Drew Silvas. He had a touchdown. Yeah, we had four running backs.
Yeah.
4 running backs score. 5 running backs score against Oak Harbor.
Hey.
And Drew looked good on his long run.
All right,
Last week.
clock down to 2:13 and running. I don't think we're going to see any fancy Dan stuff here. It's mostly just straight dives.
Yeah, and I think I still like the idea they still got their ones in there. Let the boys play. They've had a heck of a season.
Well, they
All
got
right,
some
here's
subs.
a deep pitcher
Yeah.
giving it.
Yeah.
It's outside to Jakeway, but Liberty-Benton
We'll
stretches that out and times him in.
take a short break at the conclusion of the game here, and then we'll come back with our Swanton Welding post-game show. I'm going to try to get the stats for you, and I think they're going to tell the tale of the tape. 42-10, Liberty's stats are going to be dominating. I think right now, when you talk about the dominating, you talk about that defensive front three.
Oh.
It was just a huge, huge game tonight. Oh, they're going to try a field goal. Oh, Grubaugh is going to kick it.
All right, Grubaugh.
31-yarder.
Tristan Grubaugh, the kick on
Ah,
the
bad
way.
snap.
A little
It's
short.
gonna
Got
come
a
out
flag.
short.
And a flag. They roughed the kicker.
Uh-oh, this thing ain't over with yet. Grubaugh's going to get another shot. No, this would be a first down.
Yep.
Yep, roughing the kicker.
Tristan took one for the team there, Spike.
All right, well, he did. He took it like a trooper.
I'm not sure they're not helping him up. He took a shot. Well, Liberty Center, first down.
Yeah, and there's some pride to be taken by.
I think I'd let
end of the
Grubaugh
game.
try to kick it again just for
Yeah.
the heck of it.
5 yards closer.
Yeah.
Or what? 15? 10? I don't know what it is.
Yep. Clock running now
think
under
that was
a minute.
15.
This could
Okay.
be the last play of the game for Liberty Center.
Yeah, they're going to go into victory formation.
Wait till he gets off the field, Levi. There we go.
And that'll do it.
Levi Howe got him a snap
Yep.
at the end, and the play clock now won't start. The clock running down, 30 seconds left, and Liberty Center, let's face it, Tiger fans all over the country, we know you're in all 48 states and
How many we
different
got,
countries.
Cole?
Alaska, the Canadian Mafia.
9,495 views on YouTube. 9,508.
And I tell you what, the honest viewership is probably triple or quadruple.
Nobody
that.
watches
Oh,
the
boy.
game by themselves.
No,
I mean,
not
you know.
very often.
But
Well,
that is just
here's
crazy.
the other thing, Mark. I think we're 12,000 if Jigs is here. That's what people want to hear.
That's
is Brian
right.
Babcock.
He's prettier.
He's out there.
He's prettier than us.
Oh
too.
yeah.
He's
He brings
got
a
that
little
pretty
pizzazz
boy
to
hat.
this.
Puts that
Absolutely.
beanie hat on.
Now
Yeah.
he comes prancing into the press
He
box.
does
Yes.
with that hair gel and
Yeah, a little
that
prima donna
Armani suit on, looking like
Yeah.
Tony Romo.
He does. Absolutely.
Tony Romo.
All right. Well, Liberty
Good
Center.
fun.
We'll be back here. Big win for the Tigers, 42-10 over the Liberty-Benton Eagles. I'll tell you what, and again, I will say it time and time, when the sting wears off, Liberty-Benton's going to appreciate the season they had. Great team. Injuries. Connor Barbara.
Oof.
What a game by him.
Well, a tough kid.
Yep, tough kid, and he'll be back next year. I'm sure we'll see him again. So we're going to take a break here, get the stats, and we'll be back with our Swanton Welding post-game show and the Man of Steel. All right, we're back here with the Swanton Welding post-game show here on Tiger Sports Live. Liberty Center with a big 42-10 win over the Liberty-Benton Eagles. And Liberty-Benton total 193 yards of offense total. They were Connor Barbara was 11 of 26 for 79 yards. He also 15 rushes for 98 yards. Tackles, he led the team in tackles. He led the team in rushing.
Wow.
He led the team in passing.
Yeah.
You know, he had 5 tackles, 11 for 26, and rushed for 98 yards. Give that man an award, Spike.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy, that was tough. That was quite an exhibition.
Caden Kreinbrink was 5 of 9 for 123 yards rushing. Thomas Moeller, 9 rushes for 107 yards. And Gary Cruz, 9 rushes for 112 yards for the Tigers. Liberty Center total offense, 453 yards of offense for the Tigers.
Wow. And you're talking an undefeated 12-0 team. Listen, I'm surprised. Liberty Center handled these guys, and I don't care if people were missing. I mean, the way Liberty Center dominated the play on offense in particular, you can't change that.
Yeah, and we while we're talking about the pregame, we've got the Genoa Triway game. It's coming down to the very end. Triway just scored, and they got the extra point blocked.
Oh, I see that.
Wow,
Jeez.
so it's 27
27-27. Genoa blocked the extra point. So let's move on to the Man of Steel, and it's one of those things that I could give it to about 5 guys.
The
You
team.
can't eat just one, Captain.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna, Jesse. I don't know. You have some nominees.
Oh, man.
We probably have the same kids. We usually do.
Well, I had one that we had up last week. I thought Isaiah played really good again at that cornerback position. Had some tackles again, caught a couple passes offensively. And then Tatum Murdoch stood out to me. Special teams. I mean, he had 5 tackles this game and 4 on special teams. Had a couple big hits early on kickoffs. Those 2, I mean, you could go Thomas Moeller, you can go wherever you want with this. The front 3, a lot of options for this one. But the 2 I said first kind of stuck out to me.
Okay.
Well, I tell you what, Jesse took the words right out of my mouth. I liked Isaiah Badenhop. He made 2 catches. I mean, these are acrobatic up in the air early. He had a lot of tackles, a lot of hits. He was Badenhop all over the place. And then, of course, Tatum Murdoch. I mean, this kid is illegal. And bottom line, on defense.
Illegal. It's got to be illegal.
My 2, I picked those 2. Those are it, hands down.
I'm going to throw one in here you guys didn't mention because I think, I don't know what happened with the Brahma Bull, but he went out and didn't come back in. And Deegan Schwager went in at nose tackle and just carried on my wayward son, and so I.
Well, and now we're talking. One Baxter Barrett, 3 or 4 touches, but they were, explosive plays there for Baxter in his first touchdown run. Man, he was not going to be denied with a little help from Gary. He got that in that end zone.
Get by with a little help from my friend.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's going to be tough, guys. I don't know. Gosh darn it, Spike.
I'm not picking this week.
You're too darn close to me, Spike. I think we got to go 2. I think I'm going to go Baxter Barrett, and I'm going to go Isaiah Badenhop.
Like it. Can't go wrong with any of them, so I like it.
What do you think, Spike?
Well, if this is push,
you get a shirt.
Push, shove, and trade off. All right.
Man, it's tough, and guys,
Murdoch will get his shots.
Murdoch will get his shots
next 2 years if he still doesn't do it this week. Man,
okay. Well, let's do this.
That's tough.
I'm gonna do something unprecedented. I'm gonna pull a Spike.
Paper, scissors, and
nope. We're gonna go Deegan Schwager, Tatum Murdoch, Isaiah Badenhop, and Baxter Barrett.
4 of them. There you go.
Oh yeah, baby. Now you're talking my ball game.
The 4 men of steel, the 4 amigos.
The 4 horsemen.
I'll tell you what, though, they did really stand out. And again, we talk about the man of steel being the the foundation, the thing that holds it up. Not the flash, not the, but the hard work, good old American steel, holding up the frame. I think those guys did that tonight.
Just in case, Henry Fitzenreiter played a lot tonight.
Again.
Yeah. That kid is really stepping up to the plate.
You got to, a lot of times.
Maybe we got to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, we're out of T-shirt budget, buddy. So we got Isaiah, Deegan,
Baxter, Tatum.
And Tatum. All right, these guys will be the four amigos, the men of steel. I knew if I stood next to you for too long, Spike, it would rub off. So, all right, well, again, we will play the winner of this game you're watching on our screen right now, Genoa and Triway. Genoa is actually driving the ball. I wish they would put a clock on there.
I was going to just ask, do you know how much time's on this game yet?
Yeah, we don't know how much time is left, but, we'll keep that on there as long as we can. I don't know how much time is left. But we're not going to stay on the air that long.
Well, hey, in the NFL, they show another game when the one game is over. So.
Well, we will do everything we can to bring you this game live. I can promise you we'll be there. Worst case scenario will be pushed to a live audio video delay. Best case scenario is we get onto the game with the winner of this game, and we'll bring it to you live. But Tiger Sports Live will do everything we can to get there. And we'll do that. So, Spike, let's go ahead and get out of here.
He just broke one and slides to his feet down there.
Spike's calling the Genoa game.
Yeah, this guy doesn't stop. It never ends. He call it when he's sleeping.
He probably does.
Marge has to wake him up, tell him to quit calling games.
Hey, let's get out of here, at least as far as me yakking. But Liberty Center came out tonight. First possession, took it right down the field. Scored, got the ball back. I mean, this was manslaughter. This is Liberty Center football in the first half. They have manhandled nearly everybody, with the exception of that bleep in the sky, the Archibald Blue Streaks. But then
33 unanswered points.
Yeah, and then recovered and put it down. But tonight, Liberty Center starts out hot. They stop Genoa on 2 straight 3-and-outs.
Liberty-Benton.
Liberty-Benton. You're talking about Genoa. Okay. My bad again. That's typical. Anyway, 42-10. Liberty Center the victor. We move on now to the finals of the region. So
18.
With that, everybody, it's good night. Good Tiger Sports.
Tigers on the prowl, we can't be stopped.